award-winning, thought-provoking, action-packed edition of the Tony Basilio Show is coming up next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show. Bum.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKG in Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
A day away, and I'm fired up. Got my game face on today. Pretty pumped to be with you. Stacked, jacked, and packed. The great, and I do mean he's great, it's a football time in Tennessee when Josh Heupel meets with the depressed following the first, and I do mean first, scrimmage of the spring. Matt, can you script how this is going to go from Josh Heupel? Because it's pretty hard to figure out what he's going to say. What kinds of things will we hear from Josh Heupel when he meets the depressed?
Well, you're not going to hear anything from him.
What does that mean?
Pretty much.
No, he's meeting the press. For me, he's not going to hear anything. Obviously, he's going to speak into the microphone. He's going to say words, palabras, as they say in Espanol.
Yeah, he's not going to give anything away. Quarterbacks were both pretty good today, I'm sure.
Yes.
Actually, he'll probably say all three quarterbacks were good today to really say nothing.
Yes.
But that's just who he is. He's not kind of media or PR savvy in that way.
He doesn't care.
I think it's a little unfortunate. He needs to get a little bit better there. But
yep. Here's the other thing, Matt. How long will I stay with Josh Heupel's comments till I've had enough in the spring ball?
I'm surprised you're actually going to.
Well, I want to take it
live.
Well, I want to take it because football's back together again. You got to kind of do it, yeah. Because everyone is glad he's together again. But at the same time, he meets with the depressed. Maury Hanks is going to be on with us. I've got my orange cup on. Josh Heupel's next level. I'm excited about the two young quarterbacks. We've got all kinds of stuff on the blog today about the construction of the basketball team next year. Matt, Bry, you and I talking off the air, us guys. It's going to be pretty exciting to watch him put this roster together, isn't it? I have a lot of confidence in them. I think they'll get it right. What do y'all think?
They just keep on rolling every year. They redo the whole team, and they wind up right back in where they are right now.
Even when they're a piece short, they end up in the 16. And I'm not so sure, guys, they're not going to get to the 8. I'm not so sure. The more I study this Iowa State game, I'm not so sure. They don't have a pretty good shot of winning Friday, especially if his Jefferson guy can't play. Now, if his Jefferson guy can play, let me just share something with you. If he was fully healthy, we would have about borderline no chance in this game. No offense to us. Also, Will Wade, not to be confused with C on sometimes on Thursday, sometimes on the post game, but not to be confused with C, but Will Wade, ladies and gentlemen, the human C is back again. He's shaped like a C. It's pretty amazing, pretty interesting. So, Matt, your thoughts on Will Wade? Are you glad he's back in the conference? Because I like a little sizzle whip mistake, as they say in the trade.
He makes things interesting, that's for sure.
Yep. And he has that devious look on his face, too.
Yeah.
So great.
Up to no good. We'll stop at nothing to put together a competitive roster.
Yes.
Which I'm sure he'll end down there. Just everything down there at LSU is.
Yes.
That's just a big corruption waiting to happen down there.
So Will Wade left LSU after getting all those major sanctions that Matt McMahon had to deal with. And Matt McMahon really had no chance. And now
Right.
4 years later, predictably so, Matt McMahon's out, and they're bringing Will Wade back.
No, that's the new thing now, Bri. Like, Kentucky fans have to deal with this. They've gone all in on a coach that BYU did not feel confident, and even BYU didn't feel confident in investing in the guy. See, that's the reality of it if you're a Kentucky fan. You have to know that, we're spending all our money. Sweetie, this thing doesn't have a hey, Laura? Yeah, get my other one. I love these new Apple products. We spent big money on this this thing here, and it doesn't have something I can plug my microphone. It doesn't have something I can plug my board into run through the board. Really neat products, though. Really neat products. Some of the comments over here on YouTube. Can't wait to hear how Jim Knowles' defense is coming along. Well, you won't, Daniel. Really excited about 2016. Me too. I think way too many people are down on this team, hoping they surprise people. Yeah, there you go. I mean, you never know. I'll tell you one thing. That 6.5 number is interesting, Matt. Those are the people that do it for a living. We'll see whether they bet it up or down, or how that's going to work. So, Matt, what do you think about how this technology, the Apple stuff, doesn't interface with half the other things? What do you think?
It's frustrating. You have to have, certain plugs and different adapters to make all that stuff work. But it's unfortunately it's the best products out there.
Oh yeah, it
lasts a long time. I mean, I had a MacBook for like 12 years.
Incredible.
That I still use as like a third TV screen.
Yeah, it's incredible, Andy.
Like last weekend.
I have a Sherman tank. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Because you can't kill that stuff. Now, what they do is they make things so that they go obsolete on you. So you're forced to buy more. Like they'll make things to kind of, or they'll throw updates at things that they don't update, and this, that, and the other, and But when Heupel goes live, I'll put it on my phone here, sweetie. When Josh Heupel goes live, I'm making Laura jump through hoops in here, but we'll have a conversation. Hey, Brian, let Maury know we'll go a few minutes after with him. Let him know that we're gonna see if Hyper. We'll see when he's gonna go. Guys, did y'all?
What hole Maury's on when he comes on the air?
Do what?
I'm gonna go. Let's take bets on what hole Maury's on.
I mean, the guy think he's Chris Burke.
I mean, seriously.
Out there playing around with Kyle Peterson.
Like Kyle Peterson, yeah.
Yeah. All right,
I'm going to say he's on hole number 7 when he comes on air.
All right. I'm going to say he's on 16. How about this, Bri? How about 8? How about 8, Bri?
An early guy?
Well, he just could be on the 8. All right, so where are we? Okay, check out the blog today. There's all kinds of great nuggets. There's some good stuff on Queen Kimmy and the basketball team, which is sort of a little bit of a mess. Skim Mulkey Bry is predicting she's going to lose her top 6 scorers off this team. All 6 really good players are going to go into the portal. Till there's nothing left, as the old country song goes. And she's got assistant coaches as well that are trying to get out of there. But other than that, and the true freshman's trying to get out of there. But other than that, the girl that's number 2 in America. But other than that, things are looking up for her. So here we go. This is going to be fun. Tomorrow night is a golden opportunity for this Tennessee team. Matt, the more I think about this game, the more I study it. It's just going to come down to, are we good enough at protecting the ball? Somewhere between 10 and 12 turnovers is what we need. 10 and 12 turnovers, and we can get through. If that number gets up to around 20, we're going to be in big trouble tomorrow night.
No chance. This team's been really bad with turnovers for the majority of the season, but got a lot better there down the stretch.
Yep.
Which is encouraging. But, this is going to be a kind of a lot like that Houston game. The physicality, just the constant pressure of teams that are pretty similarly built.
Yep.
Iowa State's a really, really good team, obviously. But yeah, it's a kind of a one game off. You're a slight underdog, but if you go out there and you play well, make shots, Gillespie and Ament have good games, and your role players step up like they did last weekend, then you absolutely can win and get through, which would be incredible.
Yeah. So Dr. Z brings something interesting up about the NIL numbers. He said, Tony, I've looked at your blog in the last month and the NIL numbers changed 3 times. No. What I've done is I put different estimates up from different people. We have our own estimate. And then there was another estimate that somebody had yesterday, which I put up there. And then the other one was another estimate. See, these numbers are just estimates. But as I reported today, Tennessee is poised to spend probably $5 to $6 million more dollars this year, especially if they can get one thing done in particular. Especially if they can get one thing done in particular. But we'll see how that goes. But they're not going to go for like a super freshman this year. They're going for experience, and they're going for shooting. And we'll see how it plays out. But, yeah, my thing is, Dr. Z, and anybody listening, that nobody really knows the NIL numbers. But I've got people that are, sort of in the industry, agent types, that sort of thing, who we talk to. And the Maury Hankses of the world and people that know people, people like him. It's indicative of the type of people we talk to. And, everybody's got sort of a rough estimate. It gets you somewhere near the truth because these numbers aren't published. There is but it does give you a baseline of where you are. Like yesterday, for instance, we had the guy from Iowa State on. And I said, well, Iowa State's right in there with the expenditures of these teams right around the Vols. He goes, actually, Iowa State's spending $2.5 million less than that. He said, my reporting. I'm not going to argue with that guy. So that's where we are. But the thing is, you can have intelligent conversations regarding approximations because it just kind of shows you where people are. Like, we know that Kentucky this year was the big loser. And what's interesting about Kentucky is, and again, I'll just underscore this one more time. Kentucky has Bri, you got Maury calling the back line, right?
He was, but now we're not sure what time because you want to take the press conference.
Go! Brian's having a fit. Brian's in fit mode, Matt. You hear that?
I tried to ask you what time you wanted.
Say Brian's in fit mode. Brian's in fit mode. Well, Hyper still hasn't appeared. Hyper still hasn't appeared. I don't know what to tell you, Brian. Hyper still hasn't appeared.
I had no idea there was a Hyper.
Well, Hyper. Well, you're producing the damn show, Brian. You ought to know that. Now, you ought to know that.
We went over all this in our pre-production.
Yeah, whose fault is that, Brian? One of us is producing, one of us isn't. And here is the captain of the Volunteers, ladies and gentlemen. You better bow thy head when you say thy name.
And from day to day, you got to be able to reset and go play.
Got to reset and play.
Next play or next day.
Next day.
It is a marathon. You also got to sprint that marathon to become as good as you can, as fast as you can. But I think being able to reset and recharge and go play the next play or the next day is really important. And with all of the learning that's taking place around you, from offensive line, running backs, tight ends, wide receivers, all of that, it applies a different pressure at the quarterback's position as guys are learning to, target the right guys in pass protection, whatever that might be. But all those adverse situations are also helping prepare you for what it can be in the fall and how to play smart football. But both of those guys and Ryan, they've done a really good job growing through 7 days. There will be a couple things to learn from today, but there were a lot of real positives too.
your quarterback specifically with George, are you seeing him process things faster, like a guy that's been in the system for years?
Yeah, I think, even day one, day two, spring ball, from where he was at the end of the season, you can see the steps that he's taken. So really pleased with that. Faison's done the same thing in learning the offense. Ryan, those guys continue to progress. There's some fundamental things that they got to continue to grow in. But pleased with that entire group and how they functioned and operated, the first 7 days.
With Faison, his first scrimmage, did you see him operate the offense like you wanted to and play free, play fast?
Yeah, there were a couple mechanical things, just how you're calling it in the huddle or operation-wise, coming off of a penalty or some of those things that as you get more experience become ingrained in you. But all in all, I thought all three of the quarterbacks, including Faison, did a really good job on that side of it.
I know your expectations don't change, but when you have 46 new players, what's the evaluation of a scrimmage when you have that much new compared to maybe a few years ago when you had 12, 14 new players coming for spring ball?
This time of year, man, there's so much growth that has to happen. Coaches got to apply pressure to the players, and players got to apply pressure to each other to become as good as you can, as fast as you can, and build and master ownership of fundamentals, technique, and the scheme. Through the winter and what we've done the first 7 days, I like where we're trending and where we're going. Defensively, new system. Thought they've operated extremely well within the scope of that. At this point, you got so far to go, and that's true every year. It's just continue to apply pressure and take advantage of every moment, every day.
You talk about the defense. Do you feel like, I won't say ahead of schedule, like where do you feel like they're at in their install? Like when you watch them operate today, did you go, it feels like we're better than where I thought we would be 7 practices in?
I do like where we're at for 7 practices in. That's our entire defense. It's young guys where they're continuing to trend. I think our staff's done a really good job in the install process of giving them an opportunity to truly grab on and grasp what they're doing. That was true late in the winter to what we've done in the early part of spring ball. So players and staff have worked hard, and I like where we're at in our understanding. There's still a lot of growth within it.
Coach, from what you've seen so far this spring, do you feel like stylistically fans will be able to tell a difference in what they see from the defense on the field?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're going to play aggressive. We want to control and own the line of scrimmage. That's your front four and your second level for sure, but multiple in pressures and multiple in our fronts. And at the end of the day, now we got to continue to grow in the scheme to play assignment sound, and then fundamentals and technique got to continue to grow. That's taking on blocks. It's getting shedding blocks. It's tackling in space. All of those things.
What have you seen from your running back room, particularly behind Deshaun?
Really good competition inside of that room. A lot of guys that have the ability to go and play at a really high level. The new guys have grasped what we're doing offensively really quickly. Some of the young guys from a year ago had great winners. Their size, their movement, all of that has continued to grow. So really good competition. Deshaun's had a great start to it. We limited him in today's scrimmage a little bit, just not as much live tackle work for him, but he's had a great start.
How much have the Penn State transfers on defense helped accelerate? And could you notice that without coaches on the field? Do you think that having someone that knows the defense at all 3 levels has helped a lot of the communication stuff?
Well, I think having coaches that are familiar with it and getting that in a clear, concise way to our defensive players holistically as a unit and as a position group has helped with that process. And then some of those guys that have familiarity with it, absolutely. That's on the field, but it's also just, clearly defining some things as, they spend extra time trying to learn what we're doing.
Coach, how unique has this spring been for your defensive line without Rodney's presence out on the practice field? And how do you think the players and staff have handled that, and how would you see our defensive line today?
Yeah, I think they've handled it well. They still got Rodney's voice loud and clear in the meeting room for sure. Excited to get Rodney back here, hopefully pretty quickly here as he comes out the backside of this.
Is there any position groups, offense or defense, that you feel like are ahead of schedule this spring and where they need to be developmental-wise?
I don't know that I'd say ahead of schedule, but holistically, I like where the offensive line is trending. I like a lot of what I see from the defensive line. Our secondary, it's transfers, it's new guys, like the length, athleticism, and the understanding of what we're doing defensively. So,
all right, Matt, give me a bullet point. Right, give me a bullet point, Matt, what we just heard.
All three quarterbacks are progressing, but he did accidentally signal out phased on a time or two, which I thought was interesting.
That's what I heard. So it's a good thing we went there. I think this Brandon guy's got a shot at winning this job, y'all.
Yeah. Let me know what Tony's Razor says on YouTube.
Tony's Razor.
That's if that's not on there before the end of the show, I'm going to be disappointed.
Well, so Matt's talking about the fact, those of you that aren't watching the show, I just shaved while Heupel was talking. He inspired me to shave. And I keep my electric razor close. You got to keep yourself tight, man. You got to keep it down tight, as they say in the trade. But yeah, that was enough of Heupel. That was fun though. It's good to hear him. Football's back. It's just, in small doses. Is that fair, Matt? Was that well done?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't get him in football mode right now. We got hoops in the second weekend. Baseball's got a big series. But no, it's cool. I've said it before. Heupel's never says anything in these press conferences, which I'm not a big fan of. I wish he would get with Mike Keith and they could really
coach him up.
Really get some things turned out content-wise. Maybe they will this summer. I think that would be very beneficial for everybody involved.
I wouldn't count on that. It's not him.
No, I know, but it's you have an opportunity to do that with a Mike Keith.
Sure, you do.
Really, really good and can kind of carry you. And
sure, you do.
Again, none of that matters. What happens on the field?
No.
This would be nice for him to open up a little bit. I think the fans would it would go a long way with the fans, I think.
This guy's job isn't to entertain us, and he does a very nice job of not doing that part of his job.
Correct.
Like I don't worry about him. He's very consistent.
No news is good news.
Yeah, and he's very consistent. Rick Barnes going to win 20 games next year, and Josh Heupel going to bore the hell out of you, and he gets in front of a microphone. Two things about UT sports I know. I don't know who the basketball coach is going to be next year. Let me ask the following, and then we'll go to and then we'll get our newsmaker hotline in here. But here's the question for you, for Matt, for everybody. Brian Hartman, I ask you, now that we've all recovered, Brian, what'd you think of that? Are you glad we took that piece? You think that was time well spent? What do you think, Brian? Is Brian there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, man. All right. What's more likely to happen this weekend, Brian? Vol sweep Vandy, Vols advance the Elite Eight, or neither? What's more likely to happen, Brian?
Advance to the Elite Eight, because I think they're winning 2 out of 3 at Vandy.
Matt Diskin?
It'd be Tennessee advancing to the Elite Eight. It's kind of a one-game deal between two pretty even teams. I like how it's which is more likely, and one of the answers is neither.
Yeah, neither. Matt's paying attention.
I love you, Tony.
Well, it's just so silly. I mean,
okay, Mari's on hold.
Nega Dave said neither. Nega Dave hammered neither.
Nega Dave's a real neither. Maury Hanks right after this. Listen, Maury Hanks has been scouting. He's talked to now he tells me, he's talked to 3 different people who have seen this Iowa State team, he's got at least 15 games worth of scout in him. And Iowa State, this Jefferson kid, if he's not able to play, let me tell you this, it really impacts the game. Now, the Ewing effect. The first game back, you play well. The second game back, the air comes out. Does that happen for Iowa State against the Vols if Jefferson's not able to go? Tennessee internally does not think Jefferson's going to be able to play to any repute. They think if they see him, they'll see him 5 to 7 minutes, something like that. That's just that's their guesstimate on it. They generally have a pretty good handle of what they're going to see, what they're not going to see. Maury Hanks up to this. When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Gufon Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Gufon Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years, 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Gufon Moving and Storage are pro movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Gufon Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Gufon.com. That's Gufon.com. Or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Gufon Moving and Storage. Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires. Just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776. Or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Start the new year with comfort and savings from Pipe Wrench Home Services. Tired of high energy bills and constant heating and AC repairs? Ready for a more efficient home? There's never been a better time to upgrade your comfort and take control of your energy costs. Upgrade your HVAC system now with Pipe Wrench Home Services and make no payments until 2027. A new energy efficient system means lower bills, fewer breakdowns, and peace of mind for years to come. And with Pipe Wrench Home Services same-day service guarantee, you won't wait to start enjoying a more comfortable home. Your comfort isn't just our job, it's our promise. Upgrade your HVAC system now with Pipe Wrench Home Services and make no payments until 2027. Schedule your free estimate today at pipewrench.com. Pipe Wrench Home Services, trusted in Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, and neighboring communities for over 20 years. Same-day service guaranteed, or the visit is free. Offer good with approved credit. Some restrictions apply. Visit pipewrench.com for details.
Hey, I'm Alan, and we ship floors on Bristol Highway in Johnson City. Are you tired of walking around on that ratty-looking carpet that you have? Well, today's your lucky day because we have Supercore on sale for $1.79. 58 colors we're liquidating. Supercore is the best waterproof floor with a lifetime warranty. Where are you going to find that anywhere else? Nowhere, let me tell you. $1.79, lifetime warranty. Come on down to Bristol Highway on your truck and trailer and let's make a deal.
Gotta love this time of the year. Hoops here, home runs over there, and you've got to get your Tennessee on. And there's only one place, the best place to shop for your officially licensed Tennessee Volunteer gear, Alumni Hall. Hands down, the best store for Vol fans. They've got the latest and greatest apparel for the entire family. Hats, man cave items, decor, and more. Get your Vols grill cover, a plate for your burgers, and of course, that chef's apron for all that outdoor grilling this spring. And accrue those rewards and watch your balance grow online or on the app. We'll see you at Alumni Hall and alumnihall.com and G to the B to the O, Alumni Hall. TB back with you. All right, presented by our friends at T3 Vodka, ladies and gentlemen. He scores a T3-3 every time he comes on here. He is on what hole? I got to ask Mario on what hole he is. I gotta get to the bottom of this, man. And I really do want to thank Josh Heupel for his appearance on here. It was excellent today. And sharing with us some knowledge about fall camp, spring camp. I did hear him go out of his way to praise Faison. But let's bring the great Maury Hanks in without further ado. We were just talking. Maury's been burning the midnight oil for us because he loves you and he wants to serve you. And he's gotten on the phone and talked to some of his NBA scouts that have seen this Iowa State bunch several times. And Mo, give me the Cliff's Notes. What is Tennessee going to see tomorrow night? What are they walking into here?
Some of a carbon copy of themselves. They're going to see a team that's very, very well coached, that plays like their hair's on fire. They're going to, probably even put more ball pressure on them than they will put on Iowa State.
Yep.
But you can't emphasize the Jefferson kid, Tony. The guys I talked to say he may be the most valuable player of any guy on the 16 teams left. Like you could take off. I know he meant valuable to Tennessee and whatnot, but this guy does a little bit of everything. Like this guy, Tony, I don't know if you look, he averages right at 5 assists a game and 7 rebounds and 17 points. They run their offense through him, and that way you're able to, have teams defend different people, give Iowa State different looks at the basket. And if he's not able to play, and I don't think he will be if what I'm hearing is right about his injury, it's a huge loss for Iowa State and a huge gain for Tennessee.
The other side of this game, besides, and we'll get into a couple of these matchups here, Mo, because I know you've done some homework for us. But one of the things that you get from your advanced purchase, you guys get a look at who the officials are, the contacts you talk to. Now, you got the card in front of you. We don't know who the officials are going to be, but you've got a card with like 7 guys in front of you. Just in generalities, right? Well, Matt, ask your question that you were asking, because this is an interesting kind of look-see under the hood in terms of how these things are done. Go ahead, Matt, as I bring Matt Diskin in with Maury Hanks, who's presented by our friends at T3 Vodka. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I'm just always curious, when you get in spots like this, do they try to match up the officials how they call games with the right teams, so you don't get like Tennessee and Iowa State, you don't get some like West Coast crew that's not used to the physicality to where it slops up the game. I don't know how. Do they take that into account, who the teams are and the styles of play when they assign officials? Because I feel like that would actually matter a lot in some games, and especially when you get to the second weekend.
Yeah, in the second weekend, Matt, there's only 40 officials left working. So if any of the guys are there, they're pretty darn good. Out of the hundreds and hundreds that are working, there's only 40. They send 7. They send 10 to each site, and one of the guys will be the replacement official for all 3 games. So they'll sit at the table all 3 games. Let's say it's Friday, Sunday, like Tennessee. One guy will be there. So that you got 9 other guys to work. If you 3 guys will work the first game Friday, 3 guys will work the second game. They'll go home, and then they'll bring 3 more in for the regional finals on Sunday. And they try to do that. It's not always perfect. So like in Tennessee's game, the referees in Chicago will be 2 SEC guys, a Big 12 guy, an ACC guy, another Big 10 guy, an ACC guy, and then I don't know what league the replacement official will be, but that's Nate Farrell. So he'll be at the table all 3 games. But so I believe Tennessee will either have Pat Adams or Courtney Green, one of those two, because they're an SEC guy. I don't think they'll have Tony Henderson. Tony Henderson's an ACC official, and he did Tennessee's first-round game. So, again, I could be wrong, but I don't think they'd want to put him on a game. Brooks Wells is a Big 12 official. I think Brooks Wells will be in the Tennessee game. And I think the other guy will either be Brian Dorsey or Tommy Morrissey.
And Refalytics Judd right now literally has Woodrow Wilson. As we visit with the great Maury Hanks today, he just got the officials. Refalytics Judd's over the moon. Mo, another question for you is, do they look at style of play when they look at these officials and they're thinking about who we're going to pair where and in what region? Do they consider style of play and which officials will
No,
be?
I don't think so, Tony. Again, I just think, like I said, I think you'll see an SEC official out west working the Arkansas game. I think there'll be a Big 12 official for Arizona, and then there'll be a third guy in the game.
Matt, that's kind of what you were getting at, right? Matt, was that what you were getting at, like style of play and the official whistle and that kind of thing?
Yeah, but Maury said it. I mean, when you get down to you have the top 40 guys, they're all going to be pretty good no matter what. It's just, you see sometimes officials can really dictate games, maybe more the first weekend than anything else. And you just hope a game doesn't come down to a free throw shooting contest or star players being in foul trouble throughout the game, like you'd like for, especially a game that's going to be as physical as Tennessee and Iowa State, like Tennessee Houston last year. You just don't want a foul fest where it really just clogs up the game.
Bri, do you have anything for the great Maury Hanks who joins today? And Bri, what hole did you guess Maury Hanks was on? Because we're going to turn this into a little game here. Everybody likes to gamble and everything. What hole did you have him on, Bri?
The third hole approach.
Third hole. Okay. Matt, what hole did you have him on?
I had him on 7.
I had him on 8. Maury, what? Because for the Elite 8. Maury, what hole are you on?
Well, if Josh Heupel hadn't interrupted my call, I had just hit my tee ball on number 7, and which is the Bruce Pearl hole where the infamous picture with Aaron Kraft was taken. and unlike in the past, I didn't hit in his backyard. I hit it right down the middle. And so then when I got the thing that was going to, the text was going to be a little delayed, I finished 7, and I skipped 8 and 9, so I can deliver these pearls of wisdom for your 18 listeners.
You can't. There's the 18 listeners. You can't skip number 8.
Hold on.
We're trying to get to 8, Shepard.
You're trying to get to. Jabo's listening today. So
all right, let's ask Jabo. Let me ask Jabo this. So when Maury skips 8 and 9, does he put down 2 bogeys, 2 pars, or 2 birdies, Jabo? How does Maury score those?
I'm working on my handicap.
Interesting. Maury, tomorrow night.
I've got a question here for Maury.
Jump in, yeah.
Kentucky had a day and a half to prepare for what Iowa State was going to do to them, and they completely were just discombobulated by it. Tennessee has 5 days to prepare for it. They can see the Kentucky film against Iowa State. Do you think that is a big advantage for the Vols, Maury?
Yeah, it's a huge advantage. But also Tennessee, I talk about base to teams. Tennessee has a solid base to their team. So, but it does help having 5 days. It also helps that Jefferson's probably not going to play. I mean, even if they had to play in a day and a half, if they were playing him Sunday, if Jefferson doesn't play, it's a huge advantage. But no, having 5 days to prepare for someone and watch as much tape as possible, and try to show that in practice, that's a huge advantage.
Maury, the main concern for the Vols in this game, from your perspective, having talked to people and seeing Tennessee how they're going right now, is what?
One, and they do a great job in the past. They can't have Monsilovic stand on the 3-point line, Tony. He's shooting almost 49% from three.
Yes,
but he doesn't put the ball on the floor. He doesn't bounce it very well. He's probably one dribble max. So if they can not let him set his feet, and again with Jefferson not playing, they don't have a lot of great offensive weapons. Their guards are very good. I know you've talked about Lipsy.
Yep.
He's 4-year starter, won a lot of games, but him and Torrey don't shoot the ball very well. So I don't think they'll pressure them, but I also think they'll be hedging towards Milicevic, who's 6'8". Again, great shooter when he gets his feet set, but doesn't get to the free throw line very often because he doesn't put the ball on the floor.
It's interesting, isn't it, Matt? They have a point guard that obviously wants to get downhill, create some mayhem on you. They've got this European kid that can flat out shoot the basketball. I mean, he's most prolific shooter, in the history of the sport statistically for a season. That ain't bad. Kyle Korver was pretty damn good at it.
It's not, but Maury said he's kind of limited to what he can do offensively.
Yeah.
I think about those Vandy games and Tyler Nickel, who was Vandy's kind of spot up, 3-point specialist.
Yep.
Tennessee basically neutralized him in all 3 games, so that could be something to watch for. But like Maury said, if the guy gets open shots, he's going to knock them down. So you can't overhelp and just leave him and get out of rotation where the guy gets wide open looks, because he'll almost certainly knock him down at, even a 50% clip. Just overall, it's incredible.
And Maury, Brian referenced the Kentucky game where Kentucky just got all discombobulated on both ends with them. One of the things they did, which really hurt them in that run, was they lost those guys, those threes. They let them shoot transition threes, and they lost them. It seems like Iowa State, Mo. Now, I don't know what your guys tell you, but it seems like what they did with Kentucky is they just made a decision, okay, no Jefferson, we're just going to play fast. And we're going to force these guys into the spin cycle on both ends. And let's see if we can create some open looks for our shooters. And that's exactly what they did. Do they do that Friday, do you think, Maury? Do you think they try to play fast with the Vols and try to get the Vols out of their tempo?
I think if they want to flip the script and do something they haven't done before, I think they will. It's hard for a team to do that, Tony, especially when your guards don't shoot well. Again, I don't think, I think they'll have a better game plan than Kentucky did. I don't think they'll let their great shooter spot up as much as he did, in the Kentucky game and give him open looks. And so I think, you get down to the second half, I think it's going to be basically a rock fight.
Matt, you referenced that Tennessee against Vanderbilt. At times this year, though, Matt, when our defense has gotten lost, we break down and leave those guys open. And that's one of my concerns tomorrow, that they get us a little fast and they kind of do to Kentucky what they did to us. Or do you agree with Mo, Matt, that it slows down?
No, I think it's a slower paced game. Both teams will be in the half court mostly, as long as Tennessee's not turning the ball over and with live ball turnovers. But no, I think it'll be one of those slogs, kind of lower scoring, lower possession games. And I just think with Iowa State's point guard being really good, and your guest yesterday talked about how just kind of basketball savvy he is with his high IQ. If you get Tennessee in rotations, you can overhelp with the penetration, and that's where Tennessee gets in trouble with those kick out threes with guys that are wide open, or you just have a guy close out late, and that would be my biggest concern. Because it does sound like their guards aren't the greatest scorers, just kind of off the dribble. But that's also probably been the biggest issue for Tennessee's defense this year, is not being able to stay in front of their defenders or guy with the ball.
And Maury, is that a concern when you look at this matchup based on the people you talk to, that Lipsey's going to be able to get downhill on the Vols, or maybe pick up a cheap foul or maybe two on Gillespie as a tendency to reach every once in a while?
Yeah, that's going to be a big thing, Tony, with foul trouble and the number of fouls called. I mean, Tennessee needs to have all hands on deck and not go deeper into the rotation than they're used to. Again, Iowa State's not real deep, especially with Jefferson out. I mean, Jefferson's like 1.5 guys as much as he does. He's like a Swiss Army knife, and so he does a little bit of everything. And with him not being able to play, their bench is probably about 7.5 deep of guys you really want out there playing.
One of my guys from Tennessee, Maury, said about Jefferson, he said, you cannot underscore enough how much his loss means to them. And Tennessee does not think that. They think if he plays, it'll be like a 5 to 7 minute thing, and he'll be limited, and he'll be out there, and it's going to be just, everybody's got their ear to the ground. That's kind of their belief. I mean, who the heck knows? Maybe the kids had some miraculous healing, but what in your mind will the role be of a Nate Amen in this game?
Oh, I think he's going to really have to score. I mean, again, as we've talked about the last couple of weeks, having Boswell make those threes is huge. That was the third score, but I think you need Gillespie and Ament to play like they've played and get somebody else to step up. But you're right, you cannot underscore just how much Jefferson being out of this game does, because not only does he score, not only does he rebound, but he's a great passer, and they run their offense through him.
Yeah, I was told last night he basically plays all 5 positions on the floor, and he does them all at once. I mean, essentially.
Yes.
It's like he's a freak, and really, he's easily, if he's still playing, he's easily the third best player in the tournament if he's not the best player in the tournament. That's how good he is. I'm talking about the team's left,
Tony,
Maury.
Like I said, I think he's the most valuable player of anybody on any team, because he's so unique.
So Tennessee's path to victory, Maury, from your perspective, is when we're on here celebrating tomorrow night, it'll be because of what?
A, that Jefferson didn't play. Mm-hmm. B, that they've played their game. They've been able to play their pace. They've made Iowa State play at their pace, and that they've had a third scorer step up.
Maury, the bottom line is this. I'm pretty honest about things. If Jefferson was 100% healthy, this would be a very tough putt for the Vols. You're on the golf course. It'd be one of those, 45-footers. I mean, every once in a while it goes in, but I wouldn't like their chances. The more I hear about this team, the more I like talking to you about him. It feels like a winnable game for the Vols without him.
Yes, I think it will. Iowa State, I think, will have home court advantage.
Yes.
Because I think, their fan base, Tennessee's got a great fan base, but Iowa State, Hilton Coliseum, something at home, but they travel, they take over the Big 12 tournament in Kansas City.
Yep.
And, Chicago's a lot closer to Iowa, not just Ames, but Eastern Iowa than it is to Tennessee.
You got two things going, too, in that night session, talking to people. The Michigan folks.
Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. I need to tee off real quick. Hold on.
Do that. Hey, Matt, the Michigan people have known for about 6 weeks that's where they're going, because basically they were pillar to post a number 1 seed, so they knew that they were going to bombard. That they were going to get those Chicago tickets. That must be a nice
Tony,
feeling.
You can't hide talent. Tony, you can't hide talent.
Where did it go? Describe it to me.
I just raced number 10 straight down the middle. I got 3 witnesses here, too. They're just shaking their heads.
I rub off on people, Mo. Let me tell you something about the greatness.
Tony, you don't rub off on people. You rub people. Go ahead.
Had a little draw to it too.
Hey Matt, what about the Michigan people knowing for 6 weeks basically where they were going to be? I hear they bought the tickets up, and then I hear Iowa State came right behind them and bought them, and tickets are outrageous right now on our blog today. You want to sit downstairs in this basketball game? You're paying $650 right now. Clarky boy told me $1,100 per ticket courtside if you want great seats on the side, the Mark Griffin seats. Get-ins right now. You want to sit upstairs? $350 tomorrow night just to get in the building.
Yeah, Tennessee and Alabama are both playing basically road games.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a good point on Michigan. They've been in this spot for a while, and Iowa State had the advantage of playing the day before Tennessee to buy up those tickets, and probably could get them cheap from Kentucky fans who were delusional, thinking that they were a second weekend team.
Hey, Matt, Maury, you know those Michigan people, okay? Because I know you scout a bunch of games up there in Ann Arbor, etc. And Tennessee's got a little bit of a history with them in the postseason, having seen them a few times. Plus, it's the whole SEC Big Ten thing. Will those Michigan people, after their game's over, will they hang out if they win the game and cheer on Iowa State, or will they cheer on Tennessee, Mo? What happens?
I think if Gillespie doesn't play, not Gillespie. If Jefferson didn't play, they would cheer for Iowa State, because you don't know if he's going to be able to play 48 hours or 40 hours, no matter what time the tip is on Sunday.
Yep.
But if they have any sense at all, I would not be staying around when I was in a great town like Chicago when that game's going to end as late as it's going to end.
So if that's the case, then that game's played in front of about 2,000 people, because by my estimation, Tennessee is, well, no, I don't know. I think Iowa State will have about 15% to 20% of people.
Iowa State will have a ton of people.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Okay. I'll take your word. I think Michigan's going to have the lion's share.
No, Michigan will have people, but Iowa State will have a ton of people.
Mo, anything else you'd care to add on this thing? We've gone through the officials. Do you think it's going to be a tight whistle, loose whistle? They're going to let them play? What does Tennessee want in this game, Mo? What kind of officiating do they want? Because I ask you this, because Iowa State's going to get rough with Tennessee.
They want both teams to be able to grab and hold, because that's how they play. You don't want to have to change how you play. So, and both teams would like that. So I see it where it's teams are going to be. Tony, this drive I hit here, it must be talking to you on the phone. This is like a legendary drive for an old left-hander.
Hey, Maury, I'm telling you right now, greatness can teleport itself through the magic of what used to be fiber optics. Now I'm not sure what it is we're talking on, but the way we are communicating with each other in real time, I teleported myself into your drive, Mo. I want you to think about that.
Pump the brakes, Tony. I mean, Anthony, that's why I know Anthony's adopted.
Yes.
Or somebody, or the mailman.
Because you've seen him swing at golf club. Yep.
Yes, I have. I played with Anthony, and I know, like I said, there's no DNA of yours there.
And his ma has one of the prettiest drives. Laura has one of the prettiest golf swings in all of East Tennessee. Man, woman, child, you name it. You all see Laura swing a golf club. No, it would freak you out. You would drop your club on the ground if you saw that lady swing a golf club. Gah! She and I one time went for lessons, his and hers lessons. Somebody gave us a deal. And the lady that was teaching at the time said to me, you need to quit playing. You're going to have back issues if you keep swinging a golf club like that. She was right. She said to her, that's a perfect golf swing. I wouldn't change a thing. Now, how would you respond to that, Mo?
Well, the first thing you said was the most honest, is that you got a deal, because I know you wouldn't pay full price for anything. But I'm glad she told you that, so that got you maybe onto the guitar.
Who wins tomorrow night, Maury?
Tennessee does.
I'm starting to feel that way. Mo, okay, and the following final question, and Matt Dixon, I just got to tell you this. He loves breaking bread with you after these games. Matt, have you enjoyed Mo? And Brian, have you enjoyed Mo? Let's talk Mo up for a second here, guys.
Yeah, put it on speaker. No, I think Marty's been great. Excellent addition.
Yeah.
Obviously extremely knowledgeable, but but it has a little bit of fun on these post-game shows too, with the banter back and forth.
And he rips me,
Yeah, it just comes out and rips you. So.
Yeah, rips some
And I think
collars.
Gary, he's a lefty on the golf course, and that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, he's a
I
total
play left-handed as well.
He's a two total weirdos. Hey, Brian, speak to him. You, the producer to the stars of this show. I mean, hell, you wanted Bri to put our football coach behind Amari today. Go!
Yeah, I would gladly yield my spot on any post.
No, you're not yielding your spot. Now, see, Mo, why would Bri yield his spot? Brian's got contributions, right, Mo?
100%.
Yeah, Bri, come on.
100%.
Lou Malnati pizza, yes or no, Maury, when you're in Chicago? Do you like Lou Malnati, deep dish?
I've eaten Malnati's. I've eaten, Tony, you don't get this body, but again, I don't look as bad as you do, but Portillo's, there's so many great restaurants up there.
I was going to ask you if you had the shot, Mo, when I saw you the other day. You look good.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. That's what drinking T3 vodka instead of beer does for you.
It's pretty next level. Okay. I'm out. Are you on tomorrow night, Mo? What's the final verdict here? Get you a nap. Quit being a loser. Get you a nap, man. You can do it.
Hey,
you got some lead in that pencil?
There's let's see, right now it's probably 40-60.
Bump, bump, bump. After midnight, we're going to shake your tambourine. All right, Mo, love. Thanks.
Be good. Thank you.
Maury Hanks, presented by T3 Vodka. Brian, I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier. I'm really a real idiot. Do you accept my apology, or would you like to scream back at me? Because if you do, that's fine. Because I love you, man.
I won't scream back at you, but I'll just ask one. I do have one request.
Brian, you don't need to take tomorrow night off. We love you. We appreciate you. Don't put yourself down, Brian. Right, Matt? Tell him not to do that, Matt, please.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to do that, but
yeah, let's not change anything up about the post game.
No, I want Maury on
Maury's
here.
taking Steve's place on these deals. It's not yours, Brian.
By the way, if we win tomorrow, I'm waking Maury up. Now, Matt, we've got a guy up now being Basilio's razor because you talked it into existence. And he seems to be a pretty good commentator. He said I had an excellent analogy during that segment. I don't know what he's talking about, but you got to get it right. If you're going to be Basilio's razor, I've got a 3-headed razor. He's got a 4-headed razor up in his deal. So you got to do a 3-headed razor. They're referencing the fact that I shaved during the Josh Heupel appearance. And Matt and Brian, in you guys' humble opinion, was my razor on, or was I doing that for effect for the listener at home?
I don't think there was a razor on.
Because somebody asked...
Oh, you think he was doing it for the camera?
Somebody asked...
He probably accidentally didn't have it on the first 5 or 10 seconds, but he absolutely had it on.
Somebody asked, do you use your razor? Do you use your razor in the same spot where you eat? And the answer is, apparently so. That'd be the answer to that. Okay? Now, Matt, how many talk show hosts in America do you think have turned an electric razor on during their show and ran it across their element of their microphone?
I would be stunned if there's more than one.
Jack Believes says, Basilio, you need a 5-headed razor for what you got going on there. Janoy Krevza actually said something interesting. He said he eats the clippings. Harry pizza wraps for everybody. Yeah, I eat my pizza wraps right where I shave. The other day I had a bowl of, well, I can't. Matt, I got to ask you on the other side.
Come on.
Are you starting to feel like, Matt? Are you starting to feel like that it's going to be 3 straight times to the Elite Eight? The more you think about this game. I got to ask Matt Diskin that. And I want to get some calls in on the other side at 865-200-5402. Plus, we've got 4 games tonight to look ahead to. It's all fun. It's all interesting. We roll it back on the other side as we continue. This is your Tony Basilio Show. I thank Maury Hanks, presented by our friends at T3 Vodka. Bino in the house tomorrow. Vols down the way. Vols in the mid-state. Hey, Bri, there's something in the first hour that we didn't mention. I want Brian to tell me what that is. It never came up. It never came up. But it was a rocky road. Take me home, rocky road, to the place I belong. Not West Virginia, but those Tennessee mountains. Take me home, Tony Vols. Because that was some rocky road stuff last night. To continue with more on the other side after this.
It's the hottest post-game show on the planet. Garza Law. Fifth quarter fan reaction. Fan reaction. As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
When a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree is threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes, your local tree-cutting experts. From precision tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, ECR Total Landscapes has the equipment and the experience to get the job done safely and efficiently. Call today to set up your free estimate, 865-384-2012, or just go online to ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama Zizi approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and Zizi.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today. Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
Basilio here, and you know my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair. and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com, Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes Light. Carnes Motor Company.
From the sunrise over the Smokies to the Saturday cheers at Neyland Stadium, Knoxville isn't just where we live, it's home. But let's be honest. Finding your perfect spot in a hot market can feel like a full-time job. Whether you're looking for a Craftsman in 4th and Gill, a family home in Farragut, or a view in South Knox, the market moves fast. You need more than a listing. You need an edge. And that's where I come in, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. And I specialize in helping Knoxville buyers win. I don't just find houses, I find the right fit for your budget and your lifestyle. Ready to unlock your front door? Visit nextmovesmokymountains.com or call me at 865-694-5904. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com. And as always, go Vols.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
All right, am I imagining something, Brian, or are Friday night's games way better than tonight's games? Which is something Justin Anderson just said. I look at tonight's slate, and don't get me wrong, and don't let me down. I mean, it's going to be a great night of college basketball. But it feels like tomorrow night's games, and maybe I'm being myopic because my team's in action, but it feels like tomorrow night's game's just a better slate.
I like to watch this Arkansas team.
Yeah.
I want to see what they do against Arizona.
Yeah.
Texas getting to the Sweet 16 from Dayton is intriguing.
Yeah.
Houston, Illinois will be an excellent game. Either Nebraska or Iowa's going to make the Elite Eight, so that's interesting. I think it's a wash. I think both nights. All 16 games are because they're all high-level Power 4 programs.
All 8, yep. All 16 teams are good. You're right, Brian. Matt, what do you say to that? If you had one night or the other, or do you agree with Brian that they're both pretty compelling in their own right?
No, I think they're both pretty compelling and pretty similar. That's the one benefit to not having the Cinderellas and the upsets the first weekend is you get really, really good games from the 16 on. I mean, tomorrow's is probably a little better, especially, Alabama could pull probably the biggest upset of the weekend if they were to win against Michigan.
Yes. Two of these.
No, it's too great. It's too great. It's going to be 4 great days of hoops.
The two best SEC teams that we've been saying all year are the ones that are left. The Arkansas bunch and the Alabama bunch. I mean, if you paid attention to our league this year, Matt kept saying all year, the Arkansas team's going to be the team that's got a shot to go the furthest. I mean, look, they're going to get a puncher's chance to tee off.
Hey,
with Arizona.
Don't forget about Stephen F. and Pearl. He just won his 20th game last night. They're going back to the Final Four.
Hey, I don't poo-poo that one little bit, man. Like I said on here the other day, they're the only major conference team that decided to play. Stephen Pearl could have said, like everybody else, we're not playing. I'm done with my. He's shown me something. I respect that. As somebody that loves the sport and loves sports, and gets mad when I see these guys gold bricking around. In the NBA. I mean, the Sixers had a joke last night. So Paul George is back off his suspension for God knows what. And because some kind of drug, some kind of enhancing thing, obviously. But then Joel Embiid just sat out 10 games just because. And now they're magically back with 10 games to go. who cares about all these people who bought tickets and, people want. I'm a professional athlete getting paid millions and millions of dollars. I mean, That's why I like Watson Brown yesterday. You could hear it in him. The appreciation. He says, I'm going to tell you something about this Nate Ament guy. I respect that. These guys know. We're in an era where people get paid to sit out. And Nate Ament's like, no. I'm playing. And I'm gonna tell you what else. This Jefferson kid's very old school from Iowa State, and he desperately wants to play. Now, we have some intel that Tennessee kept Ament off his feet this week. In fact, they've gone pretty light with the basketball team this week. I think it's a great decision. Barnesy's showing me something here. Bradley against Akoff, Matt. Great matchup.
Oh, best point guard matchup of the tournament. Yeah, a guy who I think Bradley was at Alabama for a year, maybe two, as a freshman, and then Akoff I think is the best guard in the tournament. Maybe the best, just pure guard we've seen in a while in college basketball. I think it's an awful matchup for Arkansas.
Yep,
I think, but I've kind of picked them back in January, and I just think you can ride him. And Calipari in the tournament, can he make the buttons work? And he did it at Kentucky numerous times with underseeded teams advancing further than they should have, and he's got a chance tonight. That's the game I'm looking to watch the most. And then Houston, Illinois is a battle. The winner of that, the winner of that's most likely going to the Final Four. The games are in Houston, so they talk about Iowa State or Michigan having a home crowd. Houston legitimately does.
That's a shame for Illinois. You play your whole season and you got to play in somebody's building. That's
well, Houston did it the last 2 years. They played Purdue in Indianapolis, and they played Auburn in Birmingham in a second round game a few years ago. Crazy.
But they played an eight-seeded Auburn team in their state.
Man, the Vols were really involved with that Berries kid, too. I mean, that's the thing about Tennessee. I'm looking at what they're doing right now in the portal, and people want names. I'm not going to give you names. I speak in generalities, because that's how we get information. But I will tell you this. Of the 11 guys that I see they're involved with, if they get any four, like any combination of the four, pick four, they're going to have a very good team. Because they already have a good front line coming back. What Tennessee needs is they need a starting point guard. They need a starting two guard, two frontline guys. They need a third player that can play point and or off guard. If they keep the Evans kid, it's perfect. Then they're set. They're going for a stretch four that can shoot the ball. That's the other thing that's really in play for them. They do those things. We'll be right back here next year talking about them because I didn't think they'd get back here this year. Now, granted, it's all matchup dependent. It always has been. But it's extremely fun to think about and to consider that Rick Barnes, this old warhorse, has just showed us something. How are you going to put this? The guy, they win tomorrow night, and Maury thinks they're winning. They think they're winning. 3 consecutive Elite Eights here? Say, huh?
That orphaned elite banner's got a whole family now.
Exactly, Bri. Three. That's a good line. 3 consecutive Elite Eights, Bri. Bri, was that ever in your wildest dreams on your Singo card that this team could make 3 Elite Eights in consecutive seasons, Brian?
Well, it doesn't surprise me from just this individual season standpoint, but 3 in a row, just the concept of 3 in a row is that's not done very often by non-blue bloods.
And by the way, what we're going to do with the portal,
I'm not sure it's done by blue bloods very often.
As the portal happens, one thing that I will do is we'll unpack it for you as it goes. In other words, like last year, we told you about the way the thing with Virginia, the way that deal fell in. I mean, they're going to have some guys. They're going to lose some. They're going against elite teams for these players. You're not going to get them all. But they're involved with about 11 guys. Well, it's 11 right now. Numbers I've come to the conclusion of. And if you go read the blog today at tclub.team, we kind of break it down for you and break it out. But they feel like they're big people. They're dry and secure in what they have up front. Raise your hand if you're sure. They're pretty sure. Matt, if you were them, would you invest money in JP Estrella? Or would you let him walk? Because they're going to pay him, I think.
I'd probably invest in him.
Yeah, they're going to pay him.
It's a developmental position. He knows he fits what they ask their bigs to do. Obviously, the injury concerns the problem with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not. I mean, he's not much of a quote unquote rim protector.
Yep.
So I do think you're losing that with Akpara. You'd like to find somebody to do that, but no, I think you can bring Estrella back as long as it kind of fits in, your budget and kind of market value type. Yeah, because it's once you get these guys in for a couple of years, they're worth a lot more to you than they are to anybody else. Even if you have to overpay a little bit for them.
Hey, Brian, did the baseball team just announce that Arvidsson's starting game 1? That's what somebody's saying over here on YouTube. If we could find that. And Matt, would that surprise you? If the Vols decide to do that?
I mean, it wouldn't totally surprise me.
Yeah, they have. Ben McKee just confirmed.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
but Saturday and Sunday starters will remain the same.
Not playing around.
In the same order.
Matt, your thoughts on that? You're sacrificing now a guy who basically is your closer.
They obviously want to make the move. I think Appenzeller's emergence here as kind of a multi-inning, lefty arm out of your bullpen.
Kevin Kopps
gives you a little bit of you can move Arvidsson to that Friday night role or a starting role.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see how Coons takes that and how it affects him. Maybe there could potentially, God forbid, be an injury with him, or maybe they're just kind of shutting him down or just resetting things with him. You hope that he takes that well. And Will Heflin, talked about it on Sunday's recap about how Coons kind of looks like a closer and acts like a closer out there with the way he stares into the opposing dugout and with the trash talking like the first and second inning. And it's like, then he's kind of gassed by the fourth. So, it's a move, it's kind of a bold move to make, this early in the year, but Elander knows his team a whole lot better than the rest of us. And, you obviously Coons, you can't have your Friday night guy only get you 9 outs, like you did last week.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Matt. The last time they made a move like this was before the Vandy series.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah.
Took Chase Burns out of the rotation, put him in the pen.
And Chase Burns
pitched
that was
angry. Later in the season, though. But
yeah,
still.
it was much
but it was
later
it was the Vandy
totally
series. It was the Vandy series, though, right?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
put Andrew Lindsay there on Friday night,
and he pitched angry. I remember him staring into Tennessee's dugout.
Burns was angry when he came in.
A couple of people thought, "Oh man, he's showing all kinds of emotion." He was F.U. and Tony and Frank Anderson coming off the mound getting strikeouts. He was just super. Right. I mean, I'm not saying he was saying F.U. to him, but he was looking at those guys like, "Screw you."
He kind of was.
Well, I mean, that really.
And it worked. You made it work. He was a lights-out closer, and you went to Omaha.
Will Heflin, who's really insightful, he'll be on here Sunday following the third game of the Tennessee-Vandy series with Garza Law, Tennessee Baseball Extra Innings, which we do after the final game of all these SEC series. But Will made the point. He was on Matt on Sunday, and he said, this guy's got a closer mentality, and he's got closer adrenaline. He said, and after 3 innings, he's spent. He said they need to turn him into a closer. Because in the 4th inning, his stuff gets hittable. He gets hit. His fastball doesn't move. It stays in the zone. It's got some velo on it, but guys hit it. It's just guys get a good look at his fastball when it slows down. Some guys' fastballs are 92 and they play up. Some guys' fastballs are 92 like his, and it plays like an 80-mile-an-hour pitch. And that's one of the mysterious things about baseball, isn't it, Matt? That some guys can throw it hard and it's hittable. Some guys can not throw it hard and they can put it right where they want to put it, or arm slot or whatever. It's just kind of a great mystery, but they're not as easy to hit. But let's go back to the phones.
Spin rates have kind of become how they can quantify a lot of that now, where guys fastballs play faster than they really are.
All right.
And guys with like Nate Snead last year, he hit triple digits a lot, but people curl up his fastball.
They were teeing off on him. All right, okay, here we go. Matt, and then I'm gonna ask the living listener this: are we winning tomorrow? Is that where you've arrived? Because the more I study this game, I went from this is not a winnable game, and the Vols have had a nice season to get here. And now the more people I let the information I hear, I'm going like this. I'm about to put this thing in the win column. I mean, you don't want to say that before you play a game, but I feel a lot better about this game than I did Sunday afternoon when I watched that team take Kentucky apart. And here's why. You're always going to play your best game without a guy that first game out when that adrenaline's flowing. The Vols are going to get a good long look at them. Their path to beating Kentucky, I don't know that they can do that to Tennessee. Now, if they can, they could run us off the floor tomorrow, steal the ball from us 25 times. I mean, that path certainly exists if we're going to be honest about it with our guys. Our guys can go into full moron mode. Well, they did it the other day in a victory. They go into full maddening moronic mode. I mean, you got Nate Ament running the baseline, turning the ball over. You've got him throwing 2 or 3 bad inbounds passes. You got Gillespie and a couple times Gillespie and Boswell kind of colliding, and the ball just sort of – I mean, I don't even know what that is that they do when they do that. What do you think, Matt? Where are you?
It's more winnable than it was initially with the Jefferson injury. I do think the kind of week to get ready is an advantage for Barnes. They usually have good game plans the first games in these deals. It's the short turnarounds where they tend to struggle, which is what makes that Virginia game more impressive. The way that their first half game plan was incredible that day.
Yep.
I just worry. Can you expect Boswell to make 13 points again? Probably not. Gillespie and Amy. I worry about Amy. We've talked about Jefferson's injury. Amy's not 100%.
No.
And they're going to be physical and handsy with him. I worry how that affects him. Houston kind of just totally neutralized him back in November.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would say it's a really good team, but it's 2 evenly matched teams, and it just comes down to who makes the plays. And if Gillespie has another career game or Ament kind of goes off, then I like Tennessee's chances.
Vandy Dandy Brian is saying the charade is up tomorrow. Virginia had a bizarre game plan, and he says that that will not happen tomorrow. He calls our season a charade, Brian. How do you plead, Brian? You gonna let Vandy Dandy win and pick against the Vols right now?
I thought Vandy's tournament appearance was a charade because they're already out of it. They're home. They don't have a game tomorrow. They don't have a game tonight. They won't have a game Saturday, and they won't have a game Sunday either.
Tell them, Brian. Hey, Matt, what's up with Vandy's baseball team? Chris Lee yesterday said it's less than 50%. They play postseason baseball this year, Matt. Did you hear that?
I was a little surprised to hear that. Yeah,
and he was serious, right? Was he serious? He was serious.
He doesn't fluff. He's not going to come on here and lie to you or say anything. No, that was interesting. They do have the arm injuries are certainly a big factor there, but they just haven't played very well all year.
Yep.
I mean, they're barely above 500, 2-4 in the league. Granted, they've played playing in
don't pitch it well. If the Vols can get 1-1 and go to Sunday, they will absolutely win that game on Sunday. That Vanderbilt team, their pitching on Sunday is the damnedest thing you've ever witnessed. As we go to the phones and get as many people in here.
We've said that about Tennessee. They've had a lot of lower scoring Sunday games this year which is really odd. But hopefully you're in a position to win a series this weekend. That'd be a lot of fun.
Really fun. We'd have a great celebration on Sunday. We're through to the Elite Eight, and we get to watch an Elite Eight game and the Vols win a series. That would be a wonderful thing. Hello and welcome in. We'll get our first call in. We'll get as many calls in as humanly possible. At least 3 love songs in a row in this set here on B97.5. Hi, welcome in.
Gino Muppet.
Oh, that's a love song. Sing me a love song. Sing me a love song. Song sung blue, sung by a loser. Song sung blue, sung through my payphone. A complete and total loser, complete loser. Why don't you get a job? Bom, 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 bom. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
I've seen clowns, and I've seen Gino and Muppets.
Interesting.
I've seen Sunny Days. That's James Taylor.
I hear you. I had a kid yesterday pick up a guitar and play me a couple of James Taylor tunes. 35-year-old kid, Zachamania, when I was playing in the park.
Just real quick before I start losing people.
I love young kids that love. And the kid looked like he was 18 years old, but he said, "Can I play you something?" And he threw some alt tuning on my guitar, and he played a couple James Taylor tunes, and I was like, "Wow, that's nice." And then he played some Joni Mitchell stuff, and then he played some Joni Mitchell stuff with some open tunings.
Now those tunings are just crazy.
Whack.
You know what's always made me think is how do they
come up with that?
You know, like me and you, we'll start playing around in standard tuning, but when the artist chooses an alternate tuning, like
right,
where they're all it's like open E minor.
Yes.
I mean, how do you get to that? It's just
I don't know. I was listening to Tom Scott's podcast one day, and he's a great sax player. Tom Scott and the LA Express, check their stuff out. He's a great player. Anyway, Tom Scott said that he was recording Court and Spark with Joni Mitchell, and he was helping her produce a record. And he said, "Joni,
her best record in my opinion."
He says, "Joni, you can't do that on that song." She says, "Why?" He said, "Well, it's just not the rules of music." And she said, "Yeah, but I wrote it that way." And he went, "Oh, okay, well, I guess we're going to do that on that record."
Yeah, she knew exactly what she was doing. She started out playing like dulcimer and all kinds of.
She's next level.
Yeah, she is. Tony, I watched a great little segment with I think one of your boys, Will Warren, who broke down
Willie.
The game.
I love Will Warren. Hey, shout out to Will Warren. He's out there listening. Shout out Will Warren. He's great, man.
I want to shout him out because he gave. I mean, obviously not, saved for your show. He gave the best analytical breakdown of what happens, what could happen. And, Iowa State likes to try to make you run your offense, to try to start you running your offense like 45 feet from the basket.
Yep.
And so the Vols have not been great in transition in our lifetime. But I think that would be one key. I'd almost like to see a hobbled Jefferson. But I'm curious how you think, or do you think, of our big men? Because we know we need Jacoby to keep his Walter Clayton streak, and we need at least 9 to 13 points from Boswell. But of our big men, who do you think is the most valuable? Is it Brown, Gillespie, or Estrella? I'm thinking Estrella is getting that little jump hook, and I think he's going to get that.
Who you got, Matt? Who contributes from the front line tomorrow night? Most likely,
even though he doesn't score a ton, I think it's like Para. Yep. The way he can get out and defend, they might even put him on the great shooter to try to neutralize him.
The belief
is
what like Para does defensively is just really, really valuable to this team.
Matt, he's quick
you don't
as a
have
cat.
Anybody else like him?
He's quick as a cat. We pointed out his 40-foot defending the other day, where he comes from the high screen and he gets all the way down the lane and blocks a shot. I mean, we've never seen that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's gotten better.
Yep.
Over the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yep.
The thing that makes me feel really good is the team is, while we did have the stupid turnovers, we are trending in better. We're shooting free throws better. We're defending better. Our passes, I haven't seen any of those goofy those goofy bounce passes, those injury bounce passes. So yeah, I think if we come to play like we did the other night, I'm gonna enjoy a slice of Giordano's pizza. Actually, is the place where when I've gone to
Chicago,
Chi-town, yeah, which is my kind of town. I like Giordano's. I don't know if you've ever been there, and they can send you a pizza. I think.
Oh yeah.
They can overnight that stuff too.
I'm a Lou Malnati guy, but the next time Chi-town, Leo put the money down and let it roll. And I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. That's a little Boss Gags for you. Off the Silk Degrees record, which stands up 50 years later. The great Matt Diskin's in the house, along with the great Brian Hartman. If you want to get in, 865-200-5402. Is Zach picking us to win, Brian? I didn't ask him there at the end. What's he thinking? What do you think Zach's thinking? What we're going to put them in the win column for him, or what?
Well, Zach ain't driving all the way to Chicago if he don't think they're winning.
Man, get-ins for that thing are $300, dude. These sports aren't for the poor anymore, are they, Matt?
Unfortunately, they continue to price more and more people out. So
nuts, man. All right, here's a great question for you that Beefy has. Does Nate and Men inbound the ball tomorrow night, Matt, in close situations, or do they make that adjustment?
I would like to think that he does not. That was, they had gone away from that, and then for whatever reason, they against a team that even if those a token press, the team that presses you, they put Ament inbounding again, and it was just awful results.
If they do it tomorrow night against that team's pressure, that will be 3 or 4 turnovers, if that's what they want to do. Because that Iowa State team will take a ball away from you. They had Kentucky. I went back and looked at that, Matt. In that second half, they had Kentucky so turned around that Kentucky didn't know whether they lost their instrumentation and they were flying upside down. I mean, they didn't know whether they were up, down, right side up, on both ends of the floor. They pulled Kentucky apart in the second half of that game.
Yeah, they made that adjustment to where they weren't going to just double guys driving to the basket, because Kentucky made a bunch of open threes early.
Yep.
Which I assume that's probably what they'll show against Tennessee, is that Gillespie, Ament driving, you kind of double them and force the ball away out of their hands. But once they made that adjustment and just really started attacking, Aberdeen at point guard, and he's not even a real point guard, Kentucky couldn't even run offense, much less get good shots up.
The other thing about
just torched them.
The other thing about this Iowa State team that Tennessee feels like is they have no scoring presence down low. They have less than Virginia had. They really feel like that this game comes down to if they can protect the ball and just turn it over somewhere around 10 to 12 times, which everybody's going to turn a ball over. And you're not going to play that team and turn a ball over 5 times. You're just not. So you limit that to between 10 and 12. They feel like they can win the game. Now, Tennessee is capable of doing that. Yes, Matt? They are. They're capable of staying in that number. Very capable, really.
Yeah.
See, you sound doubtful whether they can do it tomorrow night, though. That's going to be the game.
It's a big spot to do that in.
Yep.
That puts so much pressure on Gillespie, which is probably a good thing. Boswell's had a ton of turnovers this year. That's worrisome. Even Ament, especially when he gets pressured and teams are physical with him. We've seen him turn it over some. So that is a concern. But yeah, if you can limit your turnovers and then win on the boards, which this team certainly will do. Find a way to convert, and you got to have those role players play a little bit above their kind of averages like you did against Virginia, you have a good chance.
One of the reasons why I feel good about this team is they look pretty loose against Virginia. And the term's been used this week. Not only is the matchup pretty good for them, especially if Jefferson plays. Look, I'm going to keep it 100 with you, okay? If he plays and he's 100%, we would have very little chance in this game. We'd have to shoot the lights out, stay in it. But he's not. It's called brackets open. And I hate that he's hurt. But Nate Ament's not 100% either. Now, if both those guys were 100%, this would be a pretty good heavyweight matchup, and I would like them. But it'd be a pretty good heavyweight matchup.
Estrella's health has been sort of in and out. So is Evans.
Yep.
Multiple guys.
Hey, a lot of guys this year in college hoops, seems like more now than ever, are struggling with these ankle sprains.
If they win, I wouldn't give it back. I wouldn't let anybody tell me, well, our best player was hurt.
Yep. Vols are +4 right now, guys. That's a lot of points. Let's go back to our phones. 865-200-5402. The Vols could be, and we'll go back to our phones, on the precipice of 3 consecutive Elite Eight appearances. Now, you told me that like 5 years ago. Hey, you're getting ready to see 3 Elite Eight appearances. After the Grant Williams, when they got eliminated by Purdue in the Sweet 16, hey, you're getting ready to see 3 Elite Eights in a row. What would you have said, Matt, that night they got eliminated, if I'd have told you that?
I wouldn't have believed you at all.
That does not seem humanly possible. Does not seem humanly possible. Because around here, we've seen fire and we've seen rain. But we haven't seen a lot of sunny days, to quote Zach's man, James Taylor. But right now, I mean, it's, don't let me be lonely tomorrow night. This is fun. This is really fun. I want to know what that extra week feels like. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. Matt, could you imagine if we get another week of this?
Not really.
Have you let your mind go there? Have you let your mind go there?
No, not with this team. No, I did a little bit last year.
Yeah,
a little bit the year before.
Yeah.
Did it for 2019.
Yep.
I did it, but no.
Bishop Boswell comes out tomorrow night, pulls, hits 2 3 balls right off the bat, and all of a sudden, you know what we're going to start saying to ourselves? Team of Destiny. JP Estrella gets the ball on the block, flips it up, does that little baby hook. Team of Destiny. Never know. Never know. Do that to me one more time, Captain and Tennille. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on the air.
Tony. 307, Tony Fowles, nothing.
What is it?
Last night.
What was it?
Beano 7, Tony Fowles, nothing.
Oh, Tony Vols played last night, Bill? I didn't know about that. We're 97 minutes into what we're doing here. I didn't know that. They played?
Yeah, they played his team played the Yankees, and the Yankees beat them 7-0. And who do you think of when you think of the Yankees? Bino Henderson.
Hey, Matt, in San Francisco, they're already on Tony Vols. Apparently, their starter was getting hit around, and they didn't have anybody warming up, so they couldn't go out and go get him. They're already on him out there, Matt.
Well, it was in the second inning.
I know. Well, took one day.
They can be on him. I mean, fans are always going to be on the coach.
Took one day.
One game.
Yep, took one game. Bill, hey, Bill, what you watching right now?
I'm watching Sisters on BET. And let's see.
Hey, Bill. Who stars in Sisters? Kyle Blackburn says, Tony, I'm like Black, okay? I don't even watch BET. What is Sisters?
It's a bunch of these black girls.
You gonna bring it up, Matt, on the Elite Eight, on the Middle Eight, Matt? Are you gonna bring up the fact that Titans Bill watches Sisters in the next Middle Eight? That'd be a good topic for you guys to bring up.
Yeah, I might figure out a way to work that in.
So, Bill, is Jesse in Chicago for the tournament?
For the plot lines, I'm sure.
What is it, Matt?
No, Jesse's
watching it for the plot lines.
Bill, why do you watch Sisters? Do you just look for the beauty of face and skin? Is it funny? Does it? I mean, tell me what we're seeing.
It's half comedy, half drama.
So it's a dramedy.
Yeah.
And tell me about Sisters. Who stars in Sisters? How many sisters are in Sisters?
Okay, I'll be happy to tell you.
Okay.
There's KJ Smith.
KJ Smith, okay.
Mignon.
Okay.
Ebony Osbian. Osbician.
Okay.
Nove Brown.
Nove Brown, okay.
Michelle Sneed.
Okay.
Danville Ellis.
Danville Ellis, okay. Is that a woman or a man?
A man.
Okay.
And let's see here. And also, Tyler Perry is the one that's the creator of it.
I like that echo. Bill, do you have me on speaker?
Yeah, I have you on speaker.
All right, can you
want me to take you off?
No. Can you turn Sisters up to me?
I had it on DVR, Tony. I self-destructed it.
You self-destructed it. What does that mean, Bill? You self-destructed it.
That means I gave it the zap because it was on DVR.
Matt, how can he watch something and what is he talking about, Matt? Any idea?
He obviously just hit the wrong button on the remote.
Oh, is that what you did?
The person that still uses DVD.
Where is Jesse right now? Where is Jesse? What story is he covering in Chattanooga right now in WDEF?
Well, he won't be on. He won't be on until 11 o'clock. He's not going to be on tonight.
Oh, really?
Because look, they're carrying that basketball tournament.
Oh.
Because look, WDEF is a CBS affiliate.
Billy, I really love you. You've added a lot. Do you think the Vols win tomorrow night? Yes or no?
To be honest with you and to be truthful with you, buddy, no.
Bill, you're out of here. You added nothing today. Next time you come to our table, bring a dish and don't suck. Okay? And for goodness sakes, give us like some attention. Sisters, Bill? Sisters?
Maybe that Syracuse coach will be on Sisters next year.
You mean the guy that just got fired, Matt? Talking about Red?
No, I'm talking about the lady that the tournament has out for every year that sends her to stores.
They hate me. I've been coaching 27 years in the shipyard. They hate me. Everybody's against me. Billy, you're the greatest. I love you. Keep calling, brother, and never change. Don't change my life.
Hey, I'm Alan, and we ship floors on Bristol Highway in Johnson City. Are you tired of walking around on that ratty-looking carpet that you have? Well, today's your lucky day because we have Supercore on sale for $1.79. 58 colors we're liquidating. Supercore is the best waterproof floor with a lifetime warranty. Where are you going to find that anywhere else? Nowhere, let me tell you. $1.79, lifetime warranty. Come on down to Bristol Highway on your truck and trailer and let's make a deal.
You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land? Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care, I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Tony Basilio here, and I got the great Chad Stockton of FC Alliance 2026. Chad, do you believe we've made it?
Boys and girls teams start off the new year at big national event showcases. We got our younger kids training indoors and doing a lot of things to get better. So we're excited about what the future holds.
Chad, I hear the juice behind you. I hear the kids. Your program reaches throughout East Tennessee. If folks want to get involved, what's the advice?
We're easy to get in touch with. We offer players at all ages, all levels, all experience. We have a program for all of our kids that we have, and we're excited for anyone to join us.
And even some Lady Vols as well. Several college players all over the country, yes?
Absolutely. We had a lot of girls that we were able to watch play in the NCAA tournament. A lot of our former players made big runs through the tournament. We're so excited for them.
Growing the beautiful game. In this, the year of the World Cup in North America, celebrate the beautiful game. Get your child involved. FCAllianceKnox.org. That's FCAllianceKnox.org. And Chad, thank you, man. Keep growing the beautiful game.
Absolutely, Tony, and thank you very much.
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
From the sunrise over the Smokies to the Saturday cheers at Neyland Stadium, Knoxville isn't just where we live, it's home. But let's be honest, finding your perfect spot in a hot market can feel like a full-time job. Whether you're looking for a Craftsman in 4th and Gill, a family home in Farragut, or a view in South Knox, the market moves fast. You need more than a listing. You need an edge. And that's where I come in, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. And I specialize in helping Knoxville buyers win. I don't just find houses, I find the right fit for your budget and your lifestyle. Ready to unlock your front door? Visit nextmovesmokymountains.com or call me at 865-694-5904. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com. And as always, go Vols.
Like our 2026 football Vols, score a T3 TD every time with T3 Vodka, Tennessee's premium vodka. Handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. Right here, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Quality around here isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. And T3's filtered 10 times. 80 proof of vodka delivering a smoothness unmatched. This dedication to excellence has earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades, like a 5-time gold medal award-winning vodka and your SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner as well. Whether you're sipping it neat, on the rocks, mixing your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka, your choice for a premium award-winning experience. Be like Maury Hanks. Score a T3 TD. Ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, and score a T3 TD all 2026 long. Tennessee's Premium Vodka. T3, Tennessee's Premium Vodka. Distributed by Empire Distributors of Tennessee. I love it. As we're back with you, Nick Jackson just said over on our YouTube, and he's right, this is fun. You imagine what winning some college football games would feel like? Imagine if you had like a 2 or 3 game run in that deal. I mean, those Ohio State people are used to it, you know? But can you imagine how fun that would be? Brian, what's your favorite play tonight? Then we go back to our phones. What's a one game calling your name right now, Brian?
I like Arkansas plus 7.5.
Brian, you've had your finger on the trigger this year, man. You've been pretty good. You've been a little hot here. I bet you're making money these days.
No.
Arkansas plus a 7.5?
Yeah. Which means Arizona probably wins by 20.
Your VIP play welcome bonus is yours. You bet $20, you get $100 in bonus bets instantly. St. John's, Brian, a live dog against Duke, yes or no?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
They could win the game outright.
Hey, Matt, Duke's looks sick. Is it possible that St. John's takes them down in this round, Matt? It looks like they haven't played well. They don't look well at all.
No, Duke's played really poorly these first 2 games, especially against Siena. They have a couple of those injuries, and they're relying on a lot of freshmen. And typically, as good as Boozer is, and the freshman teams typically don't go very far.
Yep.
Or as far as you should with those freshmen in the tournament. But so no, I think St. John's is a live dog. Just about all these games, you could see either team winning.
Hey,
for the most part.
I agree with that.
Even Alabama, if they make a bunch of threes, could upset Michigan.
Dogs weren't barking in the first couple of rounds for the most part, but the dogs could really bark here in the 16, including the Vols. Brian, what's the number in that St. John's game? What you got?
I got 6.5. That was what it was the other day. It could be different now, but
live always 200+ leagues. If you want to bet on the Czechs to move to the final round of the World Cup qualifying, Ireland knocking off the Czechs, according to Tony's Raps. Live Always, 200-plus league. If you want to bet on the Glasgow Celtic, Drew sent me a great Celtic jersey that I wore when we were playing music on ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, St. Patrick's Day. People were asking me where I got it. I said I have sources. But there are numerous bet types, props, options. Major League Baseball beginning in earnest. It's absolutely next level. VIP play. Everybody gets treated like a VIP there. And if you have a gambling problem, 800-889-9789, 21 and over, located in a great state of Tennessee to place a bet. Let's go back to the phones. I love that Nebraska-Iowa game. Iowa moved on from a pretty successful coach because he couldn't win in March. And it was the right thing to do. Like Loving You is the right thing to do. And they get rewarded for it. They're now in the 16 with a chance to get to the 8. They've got to think, hey, our path is wide open. We're playing somebody with no history, Matt. That's what I'd be thinking, wouldn't you, Matt? I'd be thinking we're through to the 8.
And they're an underdog.
Yes. Yes.
That's an intriguing game, really, to just kind of programs that haven't been in the spot before.
Yeah, somebody's going to handle it well. That's right. Yeah, somebody's going to handle it. Hey, this
intriguing. You just wonder how they handled the success of upsetting Florida.
That's right.
Well, and Nebraska, how do they handle being in the Sweet 16 after winning the first 2 games of their history in the tournament?
That's right, Bri. And they went back on their campus, and they're going to hear about how great they've been, and you're this, that, and the other, and, you know. One thing that we do here is we don't get too high, we don't get too low. We stay right in the middle here on this show. Let's get our next call in. Hi, you're on the air. Welcome in.
We too low.
Yes.
Hey, Tommy, Joshy boy.
There he is.
So, are you going to try to convince Florida to go down to San Francisco this year and see Tony Vols?
And watch that junkie team he has? Absolutely not. Fly across the country to watch that trash.
I mean, you could go to Philly this year and watch them play if they're playing in Philly.
Did you see that team he's putting on the field? Yeah, I might bogart. I might bogart some tickets off of them when they come to San Fran.
Yeah.
See if we'll have us down for batting practice. That ain't a bad idea, Josh. I haven't even checked the calendar.
Cincinnati or Atlanta.
Or Cincinnati or Atlanta. Now,
true.
My calculus on Cincinnati and Atlanta, Matt, is he's going to get hit up by too many people for those dates when they're that close.
They're playing in Atlanta this season.
Yeah.
The Giants are.
When are they in Philly, Josh? Have you looked? Maybe you're not going to drive up.
I haven't looked at the Philly schedule.
You got a 10-hour drive in you?
I mean, I could. Atlantic City's on the way up there.
Oh, my God. What a degenerate.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll tell you my favorite play on the board tonight.
Hit it.
I like that under in the Iowa and Nebraska game, under 130-something.
What do you think the score is going to be in that game, Josh? In the 60s?
I think the score is going to be something like Iowa 62, Nebraska 59.
Good old Kevin O'Neill basketball game breaking out.
Yeah. So, do you guys think Jefferson is going to play tomorrow for Iowa State?
I think he'll try.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with what Tennessee thinks, which is he's going to try, but who knows how successful he'll be.
I think, like Zach was saying, even if he plays, he'll be hobbling around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame because he's really might be the best player in the tournament.
You think so?
Yeah, he's pretty damn good.
What about that A-Cuff guy, Tony?
He's pretty damn good. There's 3 of them. He's pretty good. It's hard to choose. But he's in that group. I mean, he's really kind of freaky. It's amazing. If you're a Kentucky fan and you know they lost their best player and you went out there and did the J-O-B to them in the middle of the squared circle in the round of 32, Matt, could it get any worse for Kentucky? Seriously, Matt. Think about that, Matt.
They could have missed that half-court miracle, and they could have lost to Santa Clara.
Amen to that. They probably would have been better off walking off the court there.
Yeah. So, what do we think about Arvidsson taking Coons' place starting tomorrow against Vandy?
I'll let Matt comment on baseball. He knows.
No, it's a move you were kind of forced to make with how much Coons has struggled.
Mm-hmm.
Arvidsson's. You have the luxury of having Arvidsson, who was, if he wasn't injured before the season, probably ends up in your rotation to start the season. So gives you, you at least have that option. I mean, he's a guy that's got a lot of swing and miss, had a very similar strikeout rate to Liam Doyle last year.
Yes.
Even though it was limited, batter's face, but even in league play, it was up there around 40%. So, you just hope he can give you, five innings and give you a chance to win on Friday night and set you up for the weekend.
Matt, what do you think we need to do this week? 2 out of 3, at least at Vandy.
Yeah, absolutely have to win at least a game and give yourself a chance to win the other 2. Yeah, I mean, if you can win the series, I think that's a reasonable goal to expect to get on there and win 2 out of 3 because they're just not very good.
Yeah.
Tennessee, if you don't start, having home run power, it's hard to expect to, you definitely shouldn't expect a sweep. But if you win a game and then are competitive in the other 2, kind of like the Georgia series where you give yourself a chance to win a series on Sunday.
Josh, you're my boy.
Hey, Tony.
Stay right there. The great William Patterson's on the way next. I'm going to hold Josh over. He's having a great phone call here. Kid's on a roll, man. Plus, I'll ask him that off the air. I was asking about some produce. I'll ask him off the air. The great William Patterson, the playbook, is going to be – he's going to Chicago. I mean, this kid's plugged in. It's unbelievable. He's on the way next.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
I show you a lot of respect there, Josh, holding your call over. What do you think about that?
I appreciate that, Tony. Thank you.
You're almost, if you think about it, back under wings.
Okay.
All right.
Where's your boy at now, Vinny Velo, cash dealer?
I think he's with the Padres.
Wow. Did he even make the opening day roster for the Pod?
Boy, I don't know. I haven't seen.
Yeah.
But the Vols are the Vols. Tony Vols at the end of April is in Philly, I see. Here's a question for you, Josh. If I ask him for tickets and I go up there, somebody thinks I ought to sit out there and heckle him for not making a pitching change properly, sitting in his seats, Matt. You think he would enjoy that, Matt? Think Tony would enjoy that or not find that funny?
He'd come out of the dugout and look at you and tell you exactly what he thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He'd probably try to whoop your ass like Jack and Wartburg.
Jack from Wartburg is I held the kid over and he slammed it in my face, Matt. Thoughts on that?
Joshua Boy's always kind of a wild card, asking about cash stealer out of nowhere. And had it, but like you said, he had a good call there, but his dismounts are usually a little shaky.
My late great grandmother, Matt, she's like old school Italian, broken English, the whole thing. When the conversation was over, she jammed the phone in your face. There was no goodbyes. No goodbyes. And she had one of those big button phones, Have you ever seen those things, the big button phones?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the phone looked like the size of the computer. And like the 1's this big, the 2's this big, 3, and she would take that phone when she was done talking to somebody and go, BAM! Right on that receiver. You'd get you one of those. Here's the thing about going up to Philly in late April and seeing the Phillies and Giants. That's too early for me. Brian,
might still be snowing.
Brian,
might still be snowing.
Brian,
that
that's akin to you going to a February baseball game here. It ain't happening.
Pretty much.
No offense to Tony Vols. I love him. I love his show, and I like his free tickets. And thank you for the offer, Tony.
The
Matt,
offer that didn't happen.
Hey, Matt,
yet.
what Tony needs to do out there, seriously, all kidding aside, is get off to a good start with his baseball team. You don't want an experiment and you get off to like a 2-9 start. That's not correct. That's not going to be good if that happens.
Correct.
So we'll go back to our phones. I'm rooting for the guy. That was kind of rough last night. By the way, we had the first ABS in Major League Baseball history, and I got to give Netflix a lot of credit because they had the game and they didn't even show it on the screen. Were either of you watching the first ABS last night, which was a challenge by the Yankees?
The first ABS had to be a challenge by the Yankees.
Yes, that's right.
Fitting for Bino.
Very
and
fitting.
they lost. And they lost.
And they lost the challenge, but they didn't show it.
Yes.
Yes, they choked. Whoever was in the truck, they weren't ready for it. I don't know. But they lost the first challenge. And the Yankees also had the first ever pinch hitter, Ron Blomberg. Designated hitter. And the reason I said pinch is I looked it up last night. They called him the pinch designated hitter is what they used to refer to him as when they first brought it in. And it was in the early 70s. Ron Blomberg, who was a Jewish power hitter. They had a name for him, but he was a Jewish power hitter by way of Georgia. He grew up in the state of Georgia. And he had all this promise, and he ended up getting hurt. And, kind of what they did then is what they do now, but it wasn't as refined, obviously. But you took the slugger. So let's go back to the phones. But, yeah, the ABS thing, I think it's a good change. Hey, Matt, I don't know if you saw that college game the other day where they called a strike 3 and the ball was literally almost outside of the other batter's box. The pitcher couldn't believe it. And I forget what game it was in. But ABS is something they really need in college baseball. They really do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I just don't know if they have the technology to do it across the sport, but like the SEC certainly could.
Berkey, that's something Berkey's right about. Berkey's like a broken clock hanging on the wall over there. He'll get you a couple right every once in a while.
Yeah, well, when you throw out takes like he does, you're bound to have a few of them work out.
Yeah. I see where Drew Gilbert didn't make the opening day roster. Is that right, Matt?
I think he's been hurt all spring training.
That makes sense.
So, but no, he didn't. I think Tidwell didn't either. They're both starting in AAA. But I think Gilbert's been hurt for almost all of spring training.
The Bladester's got talent. I wonder if he ever puts it together. Hello and welcome in. You're on our Thursday edition in the Overdrive Overtime.
What's up, Tony? It's Rusty. How y'all been?
Hey, Rusty, good to hear your voice, brother. Hope you're well.
Yes, sir. Just y'all piqued my interest with Nate bringing the ball up, or with Nate inbounding the ball against Iowa State. And I wanted to hear your take on, I would actually inbound the ball to Nate and try to put Jacoby and Boswell off ball, get the ball up court by Nate, because a bigger guy is going to have to guard him who's not as much a pressure defender, and maybe we can get into our set more comfortably with Nate being the guy that brings it up and then gives the ball to the guards.
Another good point, Rusty, about that is if this thing I don't understand about the end of games, he's your best foul shooter. Why in the world are they doing that? Exactly.
Yeah.
He's not comfortable. I mean, now it's turned into like this guy, I don't want to use the term, what he has, but it begins with Y, okay, and it ends with an S, and it's a golf term, and it's not good. And why are they putting him in that position, Rusty, to do that? He's obviously not comfortable doing it.
And Tony, he's 6'11".
Yes.
Inbounding to a 6'11" guy is usually fairly easy.
Yes.
Because you just have to lob it up high to him, and whoever's guarding isn't going to have his length and athleticism to get to the ball. If you just, it's always easy. Like that's why a lot of teams bring their center up to inbound to the center, like when you're being defended 94 feet.
Yes.
But the problem with doing that is usually when you inbound at that guy, when the other team's trailing, you're afraid of him getting fouled and having to shoot free throws. But you don't have that worry like you just said with Nate. Don't make him the inbounder. Make him the guy you inbound it to. You're so right.
What do you think of this matchup, man? What's your sense of this? This game feels a lot more winnable, Rusty. The more I dig into it here.
Without if the Jefferson kid isn't 90% himself, I think the matchup's as good as the Virginia matchup. And I thought the Virginia matchup was pretty nice because I thought they hadn't seen I kept hearing Virginia, we haven't seen bigs like theirs that were shot blockers. And I thought, you know what? Virginia hasn't seen bigs like we're going to throw at them either.
Yeah, you're right. The Vols shoved it right up their rear end the other day, down low.
We did. Even Jalen Carey shoved it up their rear end a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
I feel like I do feel like the matchup's really good if the Jefferson kid's not on the top of this game. Now Jacoby's shooting 60% from three in the postseason,
Bring it.
And Boswell's shooting up around 45.
Bring it.
That's going to come back to the mean. That's going to come back to the mean a little bit, but nevertheless, I like our chances. Hate our chances versus Michigan, and I don't think Bama has a chance against Michigan if they don't hit like 25 threes. So anyway, hey, real quick though, I just wanted to get you guys a little food for thought or something to pique your interest. Old cattle prod who calls in every day with the from the phone booth. Who do you think he is over in the YouTube chat? Is he Vandy Dandy? Is he Jay Cardi or?
There are a lot of choices. There are a lot of choices.
Who do you think?
I don't know.
Right.
There are a lot.
You know he's in there.
Oh, he's in there.
You know he's in.
Oh, he's a sicko. Yeah. Thank you, brother. I don't know though. I don't know. Can you put coins in a YouTube to make it work? Hey, Matt, imagine being a Lady Vol fan. I was watching their game the other night, and because Brian and I, when we went off the air, I said, Brian, that it was a close game at halftime. I said, Brian, the third quarter. Brian, that was after our I want to make sure we're in the same spot here. That was Friday night, right? After we had just done the post game because we were. That's right. We were watching. They started at like 8 o'clock, right, Bri? And we were watching the first half.
Yeah, I think toward the end of the second quarter was when we signed off.
And Brian and I were talking, and I'm like, they're going to just play horribly in the third quarter. Well, they come out in the third quarter, and this Talasha Cooper for them is just on fire, making everything. And I got to give this Kim Caldwell lady a lot of credit because she has to make her mass substitutions, Matt. Even when, like, somebody's on fire, and Vol's dad in here said, imagine pulling your best player out tomorrow night when they're going really well, like she does. Let me just tell you this about college basketball. I don't care, men, women, Martians. I don't care what you got out there competing. You can't pull your best players off the court. They have to play more in tournament basketball. Yes, Matt? I don't care who you are, where you are. Your best players. Imagine Matt watching tomorrow night, and like Rusty's saying, Gillespie just gets off. He's getting off, right? Or Boswell's over there getting off, and they got to come out of the game because that's my system. That would drive me nuts if I was fully invested in that. How crazy do you think that makes those people, Matt? Because that would really make me crazy.
Your best players have to be on the court, and they have to be stars in the postseason. So, you can't do the 25 minutes with your stars when it matters. That's just not a recipe that works.
No, and I don't think, like that Cooper girl literally has physically, like her neck, she looks like somebody that could beat the absolute hell out of me. No offense to me. And she would listen to me now, okay? If she's on my roster and she's that skilled and she's that big, she's never, me and John Adams talking about this, she would never come off the floor for me. As in, ever in a basketball game. And I'm going to give Rick Barnes a lot of credit because he's done some things in this, down the stretch in this season. He's kind of nuanced. He's played guys with 2 fouls, gotten them back into games. And I'm going to give Tennessee's manager in baseball a lot of credit. I call them managers because I grew up watching the big league baseball. Matt, why don't we call those guys managers at this level?
I don't know.
Anyway, Elander left that kid in, Krenzel, way too long, was not decisive. Some would say he's pulled the plug too quickly on Coons. I would say that's showing growth, what they're doing here. Some are going to disagree with it. Across Tennessee Nation, it's going to be a point of contention. They should give the kid more runway. They should give him more of an opportunity. I think from his perspective, managing his baseball team, doing this shows growth. Your thoughts on that, Matt?
No, it's an aggressive move.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, Coons has been struggling, and he knows his players better than we do. So,
yes.
Give him a break and see what Arvidsson can do there on Friday nights. I do like how they're not changing up the entire rotation. Those other guys,
yes.
It's not the 1 day less rest for a weekend. Like I'm not a
never do that.
It's not a panic move like that would be. But yeah, it's you just hope Coons can respond from it and bounce back from it and grow from it, and Arvidsson kind of takes off in this role. It's a heck of an option to have to be able to plug a guy like Arvidsson in on Friday nights as like a spot starter and see how it works out.
Matt,
almost no teams have that luxury.
Hey, Matt,
Vanderbilt certainly doesn't this year.
His stuff's electric, okay? How does it play as a starter? How does he moderate, do you think? And best case scenario tomorrow, okay, in terms of being stretched out, what kind of length can they get out of him? Best case scenario in your mind tomorrow night, if it goes well for him.
Get 5 innings out of him. So,
are you surprised they picked him instead of Appenzeller?
No.
Great question.
No, Appenzeller's still a freshman, and you got to kind of limit him. You're still early in the year, and if you're a program like Tennessee, you've got postseason aspirations. You got to make sure you don't burn Appenzeller's arm out by the time that you get down to Hoover in the postseason. And Arvidsson's a guy that can be a starter. He had some length last year in some games, especially against Texas in the SEC tournament. So yeah, if you can get he might be on a little bit of a pitch count, maybe 75 or 80 for him, but we'll see. If he can get you 5 innings, that'd be really solid.
It's good, Matt. That's a good term. It's an aggressive move. We're not going to let the car get down the track. We're not going to waste our time this weekend. We're not going to waste losing another game just to prove a point, which is what he did, which is what they did in that. I guarantee right now, if they had a chance to do the Georgia thing all over again, they would have gone out there and gotten him. Here's the other thing. Just thinking out loud here. Chris Lee's honesty yesterday in talking about this upcoming series. If you missed that segment, I'd encourage you to check it out. Because Chris does a Southeastern 16. He's very, 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 very immersed in SEC baseball. Like, very immersed in it. Like, extremely versed in it. He loves SEC baseball. Uncovers, I think he gives everybody a pretty fair shake. Growing the YouTube channel. Now, he's covered Vandy for years. But he gives everybody a fair shake. And he basically came on here yesterday. I ask you this, Matt. Tennessee's midweek starter, that freshman, okay? He would be in Vanderbilt's rotation, wouldn't he? In their weekend rotation. He'd probably start on Sundays for them, right?
He would have pitched on the weekends for Vanderbilt by now, yeah.
Especially with the news of yesterday. With them
yeah.
losing.
No, he wasn't good at all Tuesday.
No. But that's all right. He's a kid.
Again, that's what happens with the freshmen.
Sure.
And that's why you start those guys on Tuesdays. You
Sure.
let them grow into being a college pitcher.
Yep.
In kind of low leverage spots. But no, he would have definitely pitched for Vandy on the weekends by now. Yeah. I don't know if he starts.
Yeah.
And I echo what you say about Chris Lee. He's totally dialed into SEC baseball.
He's excellent. I learned so much from him. I learned so much from Matt. I learned so much from the chef. Obviously, there are a couple other guys like Ben McKee that you just, when they speak, you listen. Shout out to Big Ben. Glad he's doing well. God bless him. But there are a lot of great eyes on that sport, and I like to learn from them. And Matt's one of them. Matt, I keep my mind open when I'm around Matt. He starts talking Tennessee baseball. And I think Matt's a little surprised Tennessee went this route this quickly. Because he said so. And the other thing I like about Matt is Matt and Chef Heflin were going back and forth Sunday, and Matt said it's a little too early to pull the plug on him. And Chef walking out to the car, I was walking him out the other day, and he said, I'd pull a plug on him. So, you think the Chef Rooney made a call over there, Matt? You think the Chef's throwing his weight around?
Maybe so.
Yeah.
He's in the booth with John on Sunday, and they finally won a rubber game, so he might.
Yeah.
He might need to go to him some.
I'm hearing he was really good on color commentary over there on the Vol Network, which doesn't surprise me. He was doing television last year. He's really good at that as well. He's a great broadcaster. I mean, I love Will. If he doesn't drop a podcast tonight, I'm going to drive to his house. I'm going to call him outside. I'm going to pile drive him on his concrete. And when he gets up, I'm going to hit him with a lariat.
You might have to hit him laying down, though.
Oh, no, he'll be laying on the ground. I'm going to help him up, and I'm going to hit him with a lariat, and then I'm going to DDT him on the concrete.
If he don't knock you back down first, which I wouldn't bet on. I mean, I would bet on.
Lucas Rogers, 1 day away from the Sweet 16, and we're talking about baseball. Anybody have any recommendations for a better show? Lucas, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help. Nah, I'm not going to block you, Lucas, because you not know. Please forgive him. He knows not from whence he speaks. You're obviously an idiot. All right, Matt, Bri, that's it for phone calls. We've covered a lot today. It's a beautiful day outside. There are no more calls. So, there's
another great sports weekend. Opening day for baseball. Sorry,
yeah.
Lucas.
Yeah, sorry, Lucas. We couldn't live up to it.
Always fun for the kid and me.
Yep, it's great. Sorry, Lucas. We couldn't live up to your.
Vandy, obviously the tournament games tonight and tomorrow with. Yeah. I guess, Brian, even though it's the late start, you kind of have to like that Tennessee plays the last Sweet 16 game so we can enjoy the whole round before Tennessee tips off. That's got to be a positive.
Yeah, they might be the only SEC team left when they.
Yeah, we're in the final 9.
Come halftime.
The final 9, baby. The final 9.
In the top by chronological order of elimination.
Yep, the final 9, baby. The final 9.
I guess it's a good point. All 4 SEC teams are underdogs in this round.
Isn't that wild, Matt? Wow, that's a great. Hey, Brian, you going to put a little factoid thing together?
Well, I already did.
You already
I
did
put
it,
that in the thing yesterday or whatever it was that put on there. So I already did that, Tom.
I'm sorry to Lucas Rogers. You can put your name on there, Lucas. I like that, Lucas. You got your full name on there, bro. And so I'm going to rip you by... No, I'm not going to rip you. I forgive you, man. You don't know what you're doing. Hello and welcome in. Let's get our next... Because you obviously don't... You obviously didn't hear when Maury Hanks was on here, or last hour, our full breakdown, or how much hoops we've talked today. You probably just jumped in here, and you're just catching this last little bit of the program. But you should have heard Titans-Bills call. It can always get worse. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
What do you say, Tony?
There he is. T, don't talk baseball. You're going to make Lucas angry.
Yeah, Lucas can go stick it. Love it when YouTube overlays like to tell you how to run your show. But anyway,
exactly. Some keyboard warrior out there
living in their daddy's basement. Tony, excuse me, Matt. What do you think about? I think it's a great call. I like it better than sticking Appenzeller in Saturday and disrupting Mac's preparation. Plus, obviously, the veteran Arvidson's ready for that bright lights in Nash Vegas on Friday. But what's your take?
Yeah, I don't mind it, and yeah, like you said, you're only mixing it up for one game of the series. You're not bumping Mac up or anything like that. So, and Arvidsson's the easy call to make over Appenzeller. Even though Appenzeller's been electric so far, I think Arvidsson's got protects a lot better as a starter, and especially going up against the SEC batters. So it's again it's an aggressive move, and who knows what Coons, maybe Coons has some injury or something. I mean, who knows? But yeah, it's an aggressive move to make, and hopefully it's one that pays off.
That's a good point, Matt. Like his velo was way down in inning 2 and 3. Speaking of Coons, so maybe injury, maybe just tired arm. But here's the MO for Elander. He overly communicates. So guarantee you, he has spoken to Tegan Coons multiple times before making that decision. And I think Coons will be your electric reliever, high leverage right-handed reliever, and we'll see him likely Friday night. What's your take?
It's a great idea. It's a great thought. That's his mentality.
You hope it works out that way. Yeah, I think that's if you can project ahead and that it works out that way, it's a great thing.
Yeah. He could check out on you though, Taylor. He could check out. I don't think he's that kind of
draft kid. Eligible. No way he checks out.
That's a great point. And that's a bold move to make. Hey, that's a bold move to make with a guy that's draft eligible. Bold move.
It is. Vitello would have waited at least one more week, maybe 2.
Yeah, you're right. This guy showed me something here. Impressive.
Yeah. Elander's been aggressive, and I think he learned a lesson in that rainy night in Athens.
Yep.
I think you'll see Appenzeller maybe still spelling Mac on Saturday, and Krenzel and the rest of the full bullpen spelling Blanco on Sunday. But make no mistake, this Vandy team can hit.
Oh.
They can't pitch, but they can hit. That's not a great matchup.
Nope.
SC's struggling offensively. Vandy's struggling pitching, but they can flat out hit the ball. It's going to be an interesting matchup at that bandbox of a stadium.
Are you going down where you got to use where you got to use the restroom? You got to walk 1.5 miles. Are you going down?
Only that's the plan. The plan's to head on out there tomorrow and spend the weekend in Nash Vegas and see some really upset Vandy fans. I may have to punch the whistler, Tony. I don't know if I can take that guy for 27 innings, my friend.
I wonder if you would get arrested for putting hands on the whistler. Maybe tripping.
GoFundMe, Tony. I know there'll be a GoFundMe. I got a clean record. I'm sure I'd be out pretty quickly.
Well, you could do one of those deals where you look left, look right, look left again, and just kind of put your foot out in the aisle when he's walking by you.
Just a slight elbow to the chin accidentally?
Yeah, or, just drop your hot dog at his feet.
Or just throat punch the guy.
No, Matt. My gosh.
Well, with that note, I'll say this.
I couldn't imagine him
excited about the Dean Barnes taking us to the Elite Eight. I think it's going to be an outstanding game. I don't think that Jefferson kid's going to play, and if he does, it might actually favor Tennessee because he's going to be 60% at best. Amen has showed me just a heart of gold. That kid's something else. It's going to be a lot of fun. Great weekend of sports, Tony, Matt, Brian. You guys keep up the great work. GBO.
Love you. All right, if you want to jump in, 865-200-5402. Are we at Calhoun's tomorrow, somebody asks? No. We're at Calhoun's on home baseball Fridays, which means we return 1 week from Friday. My perfect world. Here's my perfect world. Tennessee gets 2 or 3 down there. The basketball team figures out a way to get through this weekend. And we're playing in the Final Four during an LSU baseball weekend. Now, Brian, would that be pretty all-time around here if we're playing LSU in baseball while we're playing in the Final Four? Would it get any better than that?
They're going to be up against probably the one LSU coach that doesn't quite fit with the rest of them. That's not an outlaw.
One of these things just doesn't belong here. Somebody said, Matt, would you like to shine one of those police black lights on Lane Kiffin's Lexus and see what's in there, Matt? Because now it's time to play our game. It's time to play our game. Bum, 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 bum.
I just feel sorry for that children's hospital down there in Baton Rouge that's going to have a bunch of NIL dollars taken away from them.
Funding all this. Let's go back.
That's crazy. It's a gangster move by them to go get Wade after his sanctions have expired.
By the way, I want to shout out to Lucas Rogers, who owns the Ayersville's Way. Lucas, I love you. You're my man. You know that. Come on, we're boys. We're boys, man. I'm just giving you some tough love, and you're giving me some tough love. I can appreciate that. Listen, I get negative on here, and this team's driven me nuts. I really think they're going to win tomorrow, which probably means they're not going to win. But I never thought when everybody said, "Well, this thing's a good draw," when it first happened. Yeah, it's a good draw. With the kid getting hurt, this Jefferson guy, it's like a great draw. It's a great draw. All right, let's get our next call in. Hello and welcome. You're on the air. Hi.
Tony, Martin Ball.
Hey, Martin. Welcome in.
Beautiful day, man. Hey, maybe you can spend a lot of time tomorrow ripping on Boswell, and he can drop a 20 burger or something like that. That's maybe a little extra juice from the Boz. So, hey, I wanted to call in on the Will Wade stuff real quick and then ask an Mint question. I grew up with Will Wade, as I've mentioned in the past, and but a little nugget I've gotten down from Tiger Town is Jay Johnson's not going to be too excited about this. They got their McNeese State guy, and they might mess with his money down at LSU baseball. So they're going to be in for an interesting scenario down there with Wade coming in. So,
yeah, and he's a national championship coach, 2-time national championship coach too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's more than they really care about.
And that's been their go-to, man. I mean, that's been, and so they're really going to they're going heavy on basketball, and the money, it feels endless, and even with LSU, it's been crazy, but it ain't endless. So, I've just heard little nuggets about that. There could be some frustration there.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I mean, they've basically sacrificed men's basketball these last few years, and they fund their women's program about as much as anybody. And then obviously with Kiffin now, that's going to be interesting to see how that works, because that's a lot of NIL dollars they've got to divvy up among their sports, because they're, LSU baseball is kind of the gold standard in the sport, at least in the SEC. So that's probably the best job in the sport. So it's curious to see how that plays out with him, because like Brian said, the guys won 2 national titles there.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I was curious in regards to Mint, guys, if you could help me answer this, but man, I was at that Auburn game, and Iowa State's going to play much, much better defense than Auburn. I get that, but man, he was freak show. First round SEC tournament, the first game we played in the SEC tournament. Did he re-aggravated against Vandy? Because I knew he was never going to be 100% this season. That's very clear. But I was like 5 rows off the court for the Auburn game, and he was freak show, man. He was just like, I'm going to the basket. There's nothing you can do about it. Then he had that weird deal against Vanderbilt, and obviously got a little sore. I just didn't know if he re-aggravated that against Vanderbilt.
No, before.
And that's kind of
before
or
Vandy.
just really sore.
No, before Vandy. See,
yeah,
the injury happened before the Vandy game down there.
Gotcha.
Where he shot the ball poorly.
Okay.
And since then, he's been hobbled, and it's gone. Like I was asking last night, where is it? And the thing I was told, which I wrote in the blog, is that it's still injured. That it just, he's been off it this week, so it feels better. But then as soon as you get on the floor and you make one wrong cut, you're right back to square one where you were. But he's going to keep playing.
Yeah. Well, and that's what makes. I mean, I guess that's where I'm kind of in the hope mode, because you get to this point of the thing, and like you're going to need somebody to play out of their mind, right,
yep.
to shoot you through. And I keep thinking about that Auburn game in the SEC tournament. Like, man, if he can play one of those games here in the next, and hope if we get through this round, you probably need it for Michigan or whoever's. I mean, to have your miracle shot. I was like, maybe that's the one. So, but anyways, man, I'm really excited. Jacoby Gillespie, I got to give my shout out to him too, man. I saw his football highlights for the first time yesterday online. That guy's a freak show, man. It's no wonder he's so successful. I mean, and I feel like he's having to do so much for this team that fans get frustrated when he makes a turnover or something like that. And it's really just, he's having to take up for not having another two guard out there. I really like it. You nailed it. But them having Ament take the ball up the court is a game changer for them. It's very helpful. Saw him doing it against UVA a couple times. So smart move there.
It's a shame that Ament's not really healthy, man, and we're not getting to see the real Nate Ament,
I know, man. It's kind of our history, though, right? I mean, it goes back to BK back in the 70s, getting hurt before the NCAA tournament game. But, Ament's gotten it out, man.
He's gotten it out, no question.
Well, Tony, thanks. Hey, by the way, before I go, have you seen the Pat Summitt thing on Netflix yet? I haven't seen it yet.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, Robin Roberts put some together. I was watching the Yankees Vitello last night on Netflix, caught it on there, so looking forward to it. I'm sure it's pretty good. Big fan of hers. So
thank you, my man. Oh, no question. Thank you, my man.
Thanks, Tony.
865-200-5402. What do I have for breakfast every day? Well, I get up in the morning and I get some yogurt, just plain yogurt, no flavor, and not low-fat yogurt, but real yogurt. Put in a cup, get some whey protein, some dark chocolate powder, not just chocolate powder, but dark chocolate powder. Mix it in there. Mix a little stevia in with it. Put a little salt in there with it. Get a little sweet and salt taste. Then I put some walnuts in that, some raw walnuts. And then I take a piece of chocolate, baker's chocolate. It's Godiva chocolate, the dark chocolate, 100%. And I break it up into small pieces. I take a fresh banana, put it in there. Like half a banana. Then I take some blueberries and put blueberries in there with it. Eat it every day. Every day. So, maybe one day I'll do a little cooking show and tell you what I make every day. But that's really good for my brain. It's good brain food. So, I don't know. And then every day for lunch, I eat the same thing, which is Botticelli pizza sauce. Today, I had a 3-blend Mexican cheese with it on some low-carb wraps. I get a lot of fiber in my diet, and what happens is when you have a fibrous diet like I do, when nature calls, you got to answer it, and that's what happened during Martin's call there. So I ran around the corner and had a blowout.
Gotta have that fiber because you're full of shit most of the time. Too.
Exactly. And I had just a total blowout during Martin's call.
God, why do you... Unreal.
Nobody's lunch hour, I guess.
Not anymore. And we thought shaving during Heupel's press conference would be the grossest part of the show.
I don't know. At least I'm honest. At least I'm honest.
That you are.
And let's go to the phones. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
Tony V, I'm down here in Clarks Vegas listening to
There he
Purple
is.
Haze by Jimi Hendrix.
Rodney. Bum, 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 dun, 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 bum, bum, boom, 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 boom.
Tony B, I just
Oh, that's
wanna,
not Purple Haze. That's you're a sweet little
There you go.
heartbreaker.
There you go, Tony B.
Foxy.
I just want to give a shout out to Jalen Carey. The last time I had a phone call, of course, y'all know I kind of shouted him out on, not, being the mixing up the climate in the room. And
that's the one.
I take it back. I mean, as a human being, when you see something and it's right, you got to be kind of straightforward with it. So I'm giving a shout out to him, telling him I'm sorry for what, how I thought he was going to play. He really stepped up, and I hope this game he gets 20, and I hope our Vols win by 15. I believe we're going to win this game. I think it's going to be a blowout, Tony.
Rod, I will accept on your behalf, or on Jalen Carey's behalf, I will accept your apology, and he probably gets swallowed tomorrow night in that game. Let's rip him. Well, I mean, Rod, you got to kind of keep it. We got to keep it a hungy here, man.
All the time.
This is the type of game they brought him in for. The physicality games like Houston. This is the games they brought Carey in for.
Exactly. I hope to God he just shocks the world again, guys, and keeps on, moving on.
Yep.
I just love the way, everybody's playing around each other and playing for each other. That was one of the greatest games I've ever seen our basketball team play. It really was.
Man, when you rise above in the tournament like that, it's just the best sport in the world. I mean, we're on here Sunday afternoon after our game, watching those other games in the night window, and I'm thinking, man, we're a part of this. We're in the middle of this every year. And you can't take it for granted either. It's just a special thing. Isn't it special, Matt, to sit there and be on the post game and to be watching those other games going on and think, man, we're a part of this? Isn't that just the funnest? To me, that's the most fun aspect of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. How you match up against certain teams if you dream about getting that far. And just being a part of it. I mean, the tournament itself is maybe the best sporting event. But when your team's a part of it and actively in it into the second weekend, it's tough to match.
Rod, do you find it off-putting that I use the term blowout before your phone call, which has me feeling rather relieved before your call?
Hey, Tony, it's called being human, and sometimes things happen.
Yes.
If you got
I had to run. I had a choice to make. Either I'm getting off the air quickly. I told Matt and Bry, I put that call in the air, and I said, Matt and Bry, I got to go do two. And if I was in Rodney Woods' toilet right now, Matt Jones would have a stain on him.
If you got a lot of fiber in your diet, Tony, sometimes, things happen.
It comes out. It comes out long. It comes out hard and fast when you put a lot of fiber in your diet.
One more thing, Tony. I just got to shout out. I got to shout out to Alumni Hall. There's nothing like walking into Alumni Hall on this in this time of the season when we're still winning.
No, they meet the moment.
It's so exciting to walk in the door, Tony, and everybody in there is like,
"Go Vols!"
See you, baby.
Thank you. Bum 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 boom 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 boom. All right, boys, it's been fun. Anybody have anything else they'd care to add? Brian or Matt, you boys have anything else you'd care to add?
No, it should be a fun weekend. Hopefully we've got 2 post-game shows in us this weekend.
Yep.
And I guess 3 if you count baseball.
A perfect world. We're on here on Sunday celebrating, again, a Final Four and a beating Vanderbilt in the series.
The last time they swept Vanderbilt was Todd Raleigh back in 2009.
Yep. Hey, I want everybody
I
want everybody to have a blessed day. My man Lucas Rogers. All my friends at Rusty, it was good hearing from you today.
Oh, no, they did 4 years ago.
I thought the super team swept them.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Super
Mike
team swept them.
Concho, the birth of Mike Concho on that Friday night.
That was fun.
Well, that was fun to think about, though.
God, I miss those days.
True Beam threw a complete game on Sunday. As a
Yeah,
true
that's
freshman.
right.
Who's the kid that hit the home run and checked his bat afterwards?
Jordan Beck.
No,
Jordan,
what
it was
Beck?
Jordan Beck who hit the one with the bat, but it was Luke Lipsius.
Lipsius.
As he was rounding first, told the umpire to check his effing bat.
And he got to the plate and picked his bat up and looked at his sticker on his bat and
Yeah.
mocked.
Correct.
Today they would throw you out of the game for that.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
you would get thrown out. That team was
that team. They
totally
changed
out of
3 or 4
control.
rules because of that team.
Yes. I mean,
a few of them in season.
That's a documentary that needs to be made, those guys.
Yes. Yes. Hopefully there's a
Yeah. Love you all. Thanks, guys.
Edition of the Tony Basilio Show is coming up next. Tips are
See what we
always
did there? I
appreciated
talked right over my.
here at TonyBasilio.com.
Oh,
Over the
man.
Tony Basilio Show.
I got to call Titans-Bill. When he said sisters, y'all, I mean, that's why I listen to this show. I don't know what to tell you. That's why I listen. Bum, bum. Da-da-da. Doodle-da-dum.
FM 105.7 and AM 1340. WKG in Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
A day away, and I'm fired up. Got my game face on today. Pretty pumped to be with you. Stacked, jacked, and packed. The great, and I do mean he's great. You know it's a football time in Tennessee when Josh Heupel meets with the depressed following the first, and I do mean first, scrimmage of the spring. Matt, can you script how this is going to go from Josh Heupel? Because it's pretty hard to figure out what he's going to say. What kinds of things will we hear from Josh Heupel when he meets the depressed?
Well, you're not going to hear anything from him.
What does that
pretty
mean?
much.